Mile High. The 11-1 Kansas City Chiefs, the 7-5 Denver Broncos in perhaps the biggest showdown of the day. Dick Vermeil's club can become the second team to clinch a playoff spot with a victory here today. For Mike Shanahan's Denver Broncos, well, Shanahan says these are our playoffs. We have to win every game. Greg Gumbel, Phil Simms, Armin Katayan, we're glad you've joined us here in Denver, Colorado. The Denver Broncos have won the toss, and they've elected to receive. At 7-5, the Broncos cannot afford to lose. The Kansas City Chiefs, after a playoff spot, a victory here today, clinches the AFC West for Kansas City. Medice and Ruben Drones are deep, and we're underway. From a yard deep in the end zone, it's Ruben Drones. To the 25, forward to the 26-yard line, where he is brought down. Jake Plummer, healthy again, 6-2 as a starter. And he will take charge of the offense right now. The Denver offense, four-time Pro Bowl center Tom Nalen anchors a quick and efficient front five for the Broncos. They blocked very well for the league's fifth leading rusher, Clinton Portis. 170 yards, 2 touchdowns a week ago against Oakland. And we will see two of the finest running backs in all of football today in Portis and Priest Holmes. After the 27-yard return, first down Denver. Here comes Rod Smith. Smith, 45, close to midfield, first down. $23-yard pickup on the opening play.
Well, Mike Shanahan, known for his script, the first plays, you must be alert. Scott Fujita chases Clinton Portis, nobody on the outside, and look at the room for Rod Smith to run into. When you play the Denver Broncos, you must be ready for a surprise early in the game. They are terrific in their opening drive of the game. And Mike Shanahan caught him by surprise in the reverse.
Portis across midfield and into Kansas City territory, and a look at the Chiefs defense. The acknowledged leader of the defensive front is Eric Hicks. He's joined by Browning, Sims, and Vonnie Holliday. With Mike Maslowski still out with a bad knee, rookie Kawika Mitchell makes his third straight start at middle linebacker. The secondary has picked off 19 enemy passes so far this season. Dexter McCleon leads the way with 6. There's Greg Robinson, the defensive coordinator for Kansas City.
I got tired of trying to figure out Mike Shanahan. We're just going to react to what they do today.
From the Kansas City 47, Portis, left side, not much there. Sean Barber with the stop.
Greg, you look at this Denver offense. Jake Plummer, you saw the reverse. Jake Plummer has been a terrific quarterback in the first quarter, mainly because of the scripting of the plays. They know what they come out, they show the defense a lot of looks and different plays that they haven't seen before, so they have tremendous success.
3rd and 5. Plummer with his first pass of the day. With time, overthrows his intended receiver just outside the 30-yard line, and that was intended for Rod Smith, and onto the field comes the punting unit.
Well, the Denver Broncos run the football very well, of course. They're terrific at play action, but when they drop back in passing situations, that's when they become average.
Dante Hall is deep. Mike Shanahan says he doesn't want to see Dante Hall running back in a punts today. He says he wants his kicker, Micah Noor, to pop it high and short. He's looking for a good hang time, each of about 4.5. It's high, and it's going to bounce inside the 20, and we have a penalty marker down back upfield. It's going to be against Kansas City. I think you could read coach's lips, our Cal Trueluck.
Oh, you were talking about the kicking or the punting to Dante Hall. Mike Shanahan had quite a few words to say about that. Watch it. Nor kicks it. Arcal Trueluck runs into his leg.
And it was 4th and 5.
Running into the kicker defense, 5-yard foul. We will measure to see if the result of the play or the result of the penalty will be a first down.
Tony Correnti, our referee today.
Well, they're going to measure if it is a first down, and if it's not, it looks like Mike Shanahan, they're going to go for it on 4th down, because if they're short, it's only going to be a few inches.
Running into the kicker defense, 5-yard penalty will lead the offense just short of a first down. We'll bring the chains in to spot the ball correctly. 4th down, or 3rd down.
There's Mike Shanahan. And onto the field comes Ed McCaffrey.
Well, Tony Correnti, if you heard him, he said 3rd down. No, it will still be 4th down and a few inches to go.
So a big play early on here. 12:41 to play, first quarter, and the Denver Broncos want to turn this opening drive into some points.
Well, getting a big break here, Greg, a chance to go for it on 4th down. As we told you, they have been terrific in the opening quarter, scoring drives to open the game.
And the Broncos with the home fans cheering them on. They are 2 for 9 on 4th down attempts this season.
You've got Clinton Portis in the backfield. It's hard not to give the football to him, or your quarterback sneak it.
Plummer keeps, pulls his way forward, and appears to have enough for the first down.
Yeah, terrific job by Tom Nail in the center. Jake Plummer going with the quick count, catches the defense off guard for the first down.
So the Broncos with the aid of a penalty, now with first down at the Kansas City 40. Welcome to those of you just joining us here in Denver. First down, Broncos at the Kansas City 40-yard line, and trying the right side is Clinton Portis, and he picks up about a yard on the play. I want to go back to Jake Plummer's success early on. Is that unusual for a quarterback, because his performance goes downhill as the game progresses?
Well, it says a lot of things. Greg, there are a lot of reasons why his performance could go down. Maybe they're leading in the 4th quarter a lot, so a quarterback is not going to be as successful, but no question, look at that first quarter number, 134.5. That tells you the game plan and the thinking during the week by the offensive staff. It's solid, it's good, and the quarterback takes advantage of it.
2nd and 9, play fake, Plummer to throw. Throws over the middle, and this time he connects with Rod Smith just outside the 20-yard line, just inside the 20. It's a first down.
Rod Smith wide open down the field. The Denver offense, they wanted to see, are the Kansas City Chiefs, is that defense going to pack it in there to stop Clinton Portis? And Mike Shanahan just said it clearly. If they pack it in there to stop the run, we are going to throw it all over the field. And that time, Rod Smith wide open. Shannon Sharp was also wide open going across the field.
First-year receiver Charlie Adams makes his first appearance of the day on the field. He's in the slot to the top of your screen. Plummer on first down looks this way. Quick pass is complete. Ashley Lilly inside the 15-yard line to about the 12, and Kawika Mitchell with the hit.
Well, kind of interesting spread in the field, making the Kansas City Chiefs covered from sideline to sideline, and Jake Plummer, I'm sure, is going to the line of scrimmage and going, let me count. Do they have everybody watching the pass? If they do, he would call a play and give it to Clinton Portis. If they're trying to stop the run, then you throw it.
Opening drive has not been kind to the Denver Broncos, as you can see, over the last 9 games. 2nd and 3.
Not as good as they usually have been in the past.
Portis following Drone to about the 11, and a penalty, or let's see, a loose ball. The Chiefs say they have it, but there's been no signal from the officials, and it's still Denver football.
Let's see what happens.
That ball did come loose on his way down to the ground. And there is the challenge coming from the far side of the field from Dick Vermeil.
Dick Vermeil, good arm for an older man, I guess you would say. Threw it almost to the hash. Pretty good look at that fumble just a few seconds ago. Now the question is, was the play blown dead? And if it's blown dead, then it cannot be a fumble.
There is no challenge on the play, as down by contact is a non-reviewable play. Result is third down.
Montique Sharp, the 7th round draft pick out of Wake Forest. Dick Vermeil told us last night will get a lot of playing time because he has good balance against those quick offensive linemen of the Denver Broncos.
Well, that's what it's all about for the Kansas City Chiefs. Today, it's so much about their defensive line. Can they stay on their feet to make the tackles against Clinton Portis? Because Denver's offensive line, they're famous for knocking defenders down by going down below the knees.
3rd and 2. Plummer gives to Portis. Portis to the 5. Touchdown.
When you watch the touchdown run by Clinton Portis, look at the hole, and does any defensive lineman go to the ground? Not really, but they get pushed around to create the big hole for Clinton Portis.
Jason Elam with the extra point, and it is good. 9:24 to play in the first quarter. Clinton Portis with a lot of help from his offensive line. Denver leads at 7-0. We check in with Jim Nance in New York. Jim.
All right, thank you, guys. A lot of people saw the bonus coverage here after the missed two-point try, 29-27 game. Colts punting away to the Titans. Justin McCarron fumbles inside of 50 seconds. Colts have recovered, and the seconds are running out. Indianapolis is going to win. Let's go back to you.
All right, Jim. Indianapolis coming up just a yard short of victory a week ago against New England. An impressive performance against the Titans on their home field, where the Titans usually rule.
Well, they're tough down there. They get a lot of emotion down there in Tennessee, Craig, but we've seen the Indianapolis Colts a few times, and no matter who they play, under what conditions, they can score points against anybody. Let's take a look at the touchdown. How does Clinton Portis go into the end zone? So easy. Ben Hamilton, number 50. Terrific block up top. Tom Nalen, the center, gets a good block. And Clinton Portis, what did Shannon Sharp say last week? My man has grown up. Last week against the Oakland Raiders, he says he was like an old plow horse, just going up in there, getting the tough yards, and he said he became a man.
Conditions were bad. Portis ran for 170 yards and 2 touchdowns in 34 carries. And there is Dante Hall. Has returned 2 kickoffs for touchdowns, 2 punts for touchdowns. He is electricity with the football. This is Hall from the 10. Fake the reverse. And tripped up as he crossed the 30 to about the 33 or 34 yard line. Keith Burns with a tackle, 23-yard return by Hall.
I thought he was gone. I'm looking at it. Terrific job of the fake reverse. Great tackle by Keith Burns.
So Trent Green and the Kansas City offense will take the field. Green's numbers on the season in the Chiefs offensive line. 8-time Pro Bowler Will Shields making his 172nd start, most by any player in Chiefs history. They clear the way for running back Priest Holmes, who leads the NFL with 17 rushing touchdowns this season. The Chiefs from their own 34. Priest Holmes waits for his blockers out to about the 38-yard line. A look at the Denver defense. The front four features Bertrand Berry coming into his own in his 6th season. 7 sacks, as does Trevor Price. Al Wilson, the middle linebacker, lost his running mates earlier to injury. Finds himself between second-year man Donnie Spragan and first-year linebacker Jay-Sean Sykes. Not a whole lot of experience in the secondary. The corners are in their 2nd year. The safeties, including Kenoy Kennedy, in their 4th. Second and 6, and a lot of noise from this Denver crowd. Green to Holmes. Holmes out of bounds just at the 40-yard line, pushed out by Al Wilson.
Well, when you watch the Kansas City Chiefs today, like most weeks, a lot of movement, shifting, guys in motion, and one of the reasons why they want to do it, Greg, you talked about it, the 2 new linebackers for the Denver Broncos, trying to confuse them, get them out of position. If you do that, a lot of times that leads to big plays.
3rd and 4. That's Dante Hall in motion. Green going to throw it to Hall. Changes direction and across the 45 to the 47 or the 48-yard line, and that's enough for a 1st down.
Really terrific job. Good job of designing the play by the coaches, but Dante Hall, so quick. You see it on punt returns. He comes in motion, then Kelly Herndon has him. He fakes like he's going back again, and now he has 2 receivers to the outside. Kelly Herndon can't fight his way through that. That's why Dante Hall was wide open.
This will be Holmes, and Holmes across midfield and into Denver territory at about the 47. Kenoy Kennedy with the stop. A pickup of 5 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 5. And we welcome those of you who watched the Indianapolis Colts defeat the Tennessee Titans by 2. Greg Gumbel, Phil Simms, Armand Kateya, and the Denver Broncos took the opening kickoff, and with the help of a big penalty against the Chiefs, went on to score an opening drive touchdown. They lead at 7-0. Green, play fake, now flips out here. Johnny Morton with blocking. Hit hard at the 42-yard line by Al Wilson. And he will be very close to a 1st down if he doesn't have it.
Well, the Kansas City Chiefs are a terrific screen football team. Why they're so good at throwing screens? Because their center and both guards are athletic and can get out in front of wide receivers or running backs to get blocks. But Al Wilson, we talked to him on Friday. He's looking to hit some people today. And maybe his ex-teammate, Eddie Kinnison, he's looking for him too.
Yeah, maybe. 5 wide receivers. Derek Blaylock in motion with pitch out to the far side, and this is Dante Hall again, and Hall dancing close to the 35-yard line. Dante Hall is not very big. He's listed at 5'8", 187 pounds, so you know he's a little less than that.
Well, that's right, he's listed as that, but you know what? He makes up for it because he is so quick and he can get the top speed very fast. Most big guys, it takes them a while to get going, not Dante Hall. And talking to him last night, look, he's part of the offense. He's the main reason in the return game, kicks and punts, a lot of work, and he's handling it all pretty well.
On 2nd and 6, Green, patient, throws over the middle, incomplete, intended for Blaylock. Jay-Sean Sykes covering. It'll be 3rd and 6.
You know, Greg, you were talking about Dante Hall, though. He is such a factor in special teams returning those kicks. We said to Dick Vermeil, are you a little careful about using him too much at wide receiver, because you don't want to take away from what he does on the other side. He goes, oh no, I'm careful. Coaches come up with these great designs and we're going to give him the ball on the run. I said, no, let's don't let the team get unnecessary hits against him if we can stop that.
Denver's 3rd down defense, the best in the league. Green, complete. Gonzalez to the 25 and a 1st down. This Denver defense comes in ranked 2nd overall, trailing only the Dallas Cowboys. And Al Wilson said, what we've been doing great so far this year is getting off the field on 3rd down. Not this time.
Well, it's hard to do. Good protection. They protect Trent Green so well. Mike Shanahan said, heck, he was talking to us. He goes, I could complete 60% behind that offensive line. Well, maybe not, Coach. Maybe 50%. But Gonzalez, good job going across the field, stopping, coming back the other way. That's why he was open.
On 1st down, fake to Holmes. Green throws, and that's complete inside the 15, and we've got a marker down. Eddie Kennison with the catch, and let's see what the penalty is.
Eddie Kennison against Kelly Herndon, coming all the way across the field on the play action fake. Nobody
Illegal
underneath.
Contact, defense, number 25. The penalty is declined. The result of the play, 1st down.
The penalty is on Nick Ferguson, and the Chiefs will decline that penalty. It's a 1st down at the 14-yard line. How big is this game? Denver needs a victory just to stay in the picture, to stay within shouting distance. The Kansas City Chiefs can clinch the AFC West and complete a 6-0 sweep of their opponents in the AFC West with a victory here. Holmes, left side to the 10 and out of bounds. Ferguson ran him out.
Greg, we talked about the mobile offensive line of Kansas City. Watch the center, Casey Wigman, number 62. He's going to snap the football, and then he's going to lead the sweep to the outside along with Willie Rofe. 2 good blocks by both of them. That's why Dick Vermeil, that's why they run it well outside, and they expect to take it outside against this Denver defense today too.
This offensive line making its 29th consecutive start with the same 5 starters. That ties San Francisco. Did it back in 91, 92. Green to throw. In and out of the hands of Blaylock. 3rd and 6.
Well, you can kind of see that Kansas City, they have a solid game plan what to do. A lot of motion, confuse the defense, run outside, and when you have Priest Holmes in the backfield, play action passes are always a big part of your game.
.347 to play, 1st quarter. Broncos in the lead. Chiefs trying to pull even. Green with time, throws inside the 5. Dante Hall to about the 3 and has enough for a 1st down.
Dante Hall is wide open. One of the 2 good reasons. Good fake by him, fooling the defense, but Tony Gonzalez, when you get near the goal line, if you're a defensive player, you really got to pay attention to him. The defense did. Dante Hall wide open underneath.
1st and goal. Holmes. Touchdown. For the 18th time this season, Priest Holmes runs it into the end zone.
Look what you got, Greg. Brian Waters on the outside, blocks the safety, Nick Ferguson. Priest Holmes, patient. He's so patient. Finally, he sees no defender can get off a block. That's why he gets to the outside for the touchdown.
That is only the 6th rushing touchdown allowed by the Denver Broncos this season. Morton Anderson for the tie. And that's what we have with 3:03 to play in the 1st quarter. Here in Denver, the Chiefs and the Broncos are tied at 7 apiece.
These everyday low fares to your favorite vacation destinations start at just $49.
You are now free to move about the country. Feeling trapped because you're attached to your wireless number? Take your number to a better place. Join T-Mobile, the fastest growing wireless company, and get 3-day weekends.
T-Mobile, get more.
Hey, that thing got a Hemi? You're about to find out. Excuse me. Can I have my order, please?
Dodge Ram with the legendary Hemi. Loved by those who have one, dreamt about by those who don't.
Sweet.
Tonight, this agent found the perfect place to hide his witness, his mom's house.
We'll pretend we're dating.
All I can say about your brother is that when he's investigating someone, he breathes real hard.
It's a nightmare.
Emmy Wintertime Daily.
I believe she may be in love with you.
And Jamie Gertz.
What do you want from me, Jake?
Undercover Christmas. CBS tonight.
The numbers on that Kansas City drive, and you said it while we were away, Phil. It was just a beautiful, perfect drive, and Trent Green spreading it around to 5 different receivers.
It had everything. Power running, finesse running, screens, throw it down the field. There's a reason why this team's 11-1.
The Dees and drones are deep. And from the 3, this is drones. 25, 30. And just across the 30 to about the 31-yard line. 2:55 to play, first quarter. Priest Holmes with the celebration as the Chiefs pulled even with Denver at 7.
Hey, Tim. Thanks for being the designated driver. You mind giving my uncle a ride home, too? No problem.
Great.
How you doing?
Why, thank you for asking. I'm doing fine. The people in that bar sure were friendly. And boy, that popcorn was good, too. Not a single kernel went unpopped. Let me ask y'all a question. Have y'all ever had popcorn with cheese on it? Delicious. Hey, let's do this again real soon. I'm free next Friday.
Shopping for your wife?
Yeah, after what happened last year, I need to get her something really nice.
Thank you, sweetie.
Ta-da!
What? You think I'm fat?
No.
You know, we've got a lot of great gift ideas. Movies, digital cameras, plasma TVs.
Plasma. They're thin, right?
Thousands of possibilities. Get yours. Best Buy.
If I get 3 wishes, they'd be, one would be, all the people I love never died. One of the things that I worry about the most is, like, not seeing my family, like, if they die. But I know I'm gonna see them again in heaven.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Friendly nonstop service all across the country. Southwest Airlines, a symbol of freedom. Capital One, what's in your wallet? And by Dodge. You can take life as it comes, or you can grab life by the horns. Dodge.
Welcome back to Denver, everyone. You know, the comments made by Eddie Kinnison this past week and how the Denver Broncos supposedly reacted, people would tend to think that's what this game is all about. It isn't.
Well, of course not. Dick Vermeil said it best. When they kick it off, who cares? All that's gone. The best team is going to, whoever plays the best, of course, out here today is going to win the game.
Not only that, but if you need something like that to get you ready for this football game, you shouldn't be out on the field.
Well, Greg, it's always brought up. It's a good story. You write about it. But in the grand scheme of the game, it means nothing.
Portis still on his feet, looking for running room and doesn't find it. All in all, he probably gained about a yard. Make it 2 yards, and it'll be 2nd and 8.
Yeah, you talk about the Eddie Kinnison. He was a Bronco. He was let go, picked up by the Kansas City Chiefs. This week, the press went to him and read a quote that basically said, the Broncos think that your record at 11-1 is soft. Well, they didn't tell him that a writer wrote that. It was not for the Bronco players. And Eddie Kinnison proceeded to go on, and when he was informed that it was a righter, he goes, oh, okay.
So there you go. Rod Smith looking for New England, turns the corner. There's a marker down on the far side of the field. Looked like Shannon Sharp blocking out there on Dexter McCleon.
Holding, offense, number 84. 10-yard penalty, repeat, second down.
These are tough blocks when you're outside. Shannon Sharp, 84, has the hands inside. You can see the pull of the jersey, but a lot of times you get away with that, especially when they're inside. But screen plays to the outside of the wide receivers, very tough for tight end and running backs to make those blocks.
Shannon Sharp, with one more reception, will be number 800 in his great career, and told us, I don't want it to be a little 2 or 3 yarder. Let's make it significant.
Well, right now, I don't think he'd care. He'll take a 2-yarder.
2nd and 15. Plummer throwing across the 35, and that's complete to Sharp, and that'll do it. Career catch number 800. Yes, save that football.
Yes, he does. Shannon Sharp down the field. So good. Has such a wonderful feel where to go when there's a zone defense. Perfect throw by Jake Plummer.
Number 1 all-time in receptions, receiving yards, and touchdowns scored by a tight end. The ball just across the 35-yard line. 3rd and 5. Plummer on a quick slant, and that's complete to Rod Smith, and Smith across the 40 to about the 44 for a first down. Once again to New York and Jim Nance. Jim.
All right, Greg and Phil, these conditions up in New England probably look very familiar to you two. Over 2 feet of snow up in New England. They've cleared the field best they can. That's a 4th and inches convert for the Patriots. Led to a Vinatieri field goal, 3-0 lead New England. Let's go back to Greg and Phil.
Jim, how nice of you to bring up some really bad memories. It was ugly for that Snow Bowl playoff game. Plummer still has it. Throwing far side of the field, and all alone is Sharp, and Sharp with another first down for the Denver Broncos. When we talked with Shannon Sharp on Friday, we asked him if he expected to play this long. This is Shannon's 14th season, and how many catches if he'd be approaching 800. And he said, when I started, about 2 years and 20 catches would be great.
Yeah, I think he's done a little better than that. Terrific career so far by Shannon Sharp.
Time winds down on the first quarter. Each team has 7 points on the board, and we'll come back to Invesco Field at Mile High right after this. You're watching the NFL on CBS.
Enjoy your new Durango.
Look, it's got a DVD. And see how smooth the ride is for you and Fluffy?
Liz, what are you doing to him?
I'm just showing little Joey the new Durango.
Son, there's only one thing you need to know. Hemi. Can you say Hemi?
Hemi.
That's my boy.
The all-new Dodge Durango. Big size, smooth ride. Hemi power. Starting under $26,600.
Every Sunday, these bold warriors meet in a quest for glory. Proud gladiators whose game is equal parts preparation
Cook 'em, baby!
and passion. When men become myths and moments become legend. The game is tailgating. The cola is Pepsi. It's the cola.
The Zales Holiday Keepsake Music Box, exclusively designed by Lennox, with a diamond heart pendant for just $99. More than just music to her ears. Exclusively at Zales, making moments last a lifetime.
Sometimes you need a little help staying in the game. Introducing new Levitra. It's a new choice, and it's here now. Ask your doctor if the free sample is right for you. Ask about new Levitra.
CBS Tuesday. Celebrate the holidays with everyone's favorite reindeer.
Ready, Rudolph?
Ready, stand up.
Experience the magic of this timeless classic. It's a gift the whole family can share.
Rudolph, full power.
It's Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, only on CBS Tuesday.
Back for the start of the second quarter along with Phil Simms and Armin Kate and Greg Gumbel at Invesco Field at Mile High, and the Broncos from the Kansas City 41. First down. Plummer's numbers on the day, 6 of 7 for 63 yards. This is Portis. And Portis down to about the 38 or 37 yard line. We check in with Armin Kate. And Armin.
Thanks, Greg. You know, like a lot of quarterbacks have told us, when they're sidelined with injury, Jake Plummer said those 4 games he missed earlier in this season with that foot injury really helped him understand what the coaches here in Denver were looking for. He said, I could see a play called, I could talk to the coaches, I could even view it from the press box. And what I learned is when they tell you this is where the ball is supposed to go, that's exactly where it's supposed to go. He said, and I also learned how important I am to this football team, Greg.
Thanks, Armin. It didn't sound like Jake got an awful lot of that in his previous life. The Arizona Cardinals, 2nd and 6. Play fake. Plummer throwing this side, and that's complete. And Rod Smith out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. That'll be a first down, Denver.
The Denver Broncos don't do a lot of misdirection running plays. Why they don't is because they do the misdirection with this type of play. The fake run and the throw by the quarterback to the other side. And I saw it when Clinton Portis ran the play before this. The defense is over pursuing, and when they see you do that, they are going to come out the other way and throw the short pass.
How many times did Greg Robinson, the defensive coordinator for the Chiefs, tell us last night, patience, patience, patience is what he's been treating. He's been pleading for his guys to exercise out on the field. This is Portis, and Portis, well, to about the 20.
You know, a couple things. First, just about Jake Plummer, when Armin was talking about him, what Jake Plummer found out when he was sitting on the sidelines when he was hurt is that all the team was coming up to him and just saying, we need you out there. And not only because of his play, it's the energy he brings to the football team. Because he can move around, he can make plays throwing the football, but he just has a charisma and an energy in the way he carries himself, which permeates through the whole football team.
And as for coming to Denver, Jake says it was a no-brainer.
Well, of course, coming here with Mike Shanahan, he says, what a boost to your confidence. Mike Shanahan said he wanted me. Okay, that makes you feel good.
Plummer still with the ball, throws, complete, inside the 10 is Ruben Drones, and close to the 5-yard line before he's wrapped up.
Greg, a couple plays before, they do something similar to this, but this time they're going to fake it, and Ruben Drones is going to come across the formation, come underneath, and he's wide open. It's so hard. Air Kicks number 98 has to look for the cutback run, and if it's not there, now he has to come out there and try to cover the pass and make sure Jake Plummer doesn't run it. It's almost impossible to stop when Denver does it that well.
1st and goal from the 6.
Number 2.
Portis spinning to the 2. And now into the end zone, but it looks like he was blown dead at the 2 or maybe the 1-yard line.
Boy, just good, strong running by Clinton Portis. Good shot of him where he was looking before the play. Kawika Mitchell, free in the backfield, doesn't even touch him. We saw that last week against the Oakland Raiders. His stopping and spinning led to a few really big runs by him.
Denver found the red zone 4 times in the first meeting between these two teams week 5, but only scored 1 touchdown.
Maybe the difference this time, we've seen the last few weeks, Clinton Portis is just running in there for those 2- and 3-yard runs with more force than in the past.
3 tight ends, 2nd and goal. Portis looking for the goal line. Touchdown. On the first drive, the penalty helped. This was all offense.
Just good hard running up front. Ephraim Salam, he gets a good block. Patrick Hape, the extra tight end, gets a nice block, but it's the hard running by Portis which results in a touchdown.
Jason Eaton's extra point attempt is good. 11:18 to play. The Broncos fans on their feet and cheering. Home team is up by a touchdown.
I said, Joe, think of the family. It's comfortable. Not too big, not too small. Got a DVD. End of discussion.
I said, Liz, we need a man's SUV. I mean, this thing tows like a son of a gun, and it's got a Hemi. Done deal.
The all-new Durango. Big size, smooth ride, Hemi power.
And Joe completely understood.
Liz finally saw it my way. Soda?
The all-new Dodge Durango, starting under $26,600.
Dave. Brian. Are these your consultants? They're providing an ongoing assessment. We're on a standardized Dell Linux solution. PowerEdge servers, Intel Xeon processors. What about assessment? Validation, deployment. Dell's services are proven and scalable end-to-end. They're customer-centric. We're more contractually inseparable.
Manage your enterprise for less with the flexibility of Dell products and services. Call or go online today.
Feeling trapped because you're attached to your wireless number? Take your number to a better place. Join T-Mobile, the fastest growing wireless company, and get 3-day weekends.
T-Mobile, get more.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by T-Mobile. Get more minutes, more features, more service. And by the United States Army, an army of one.
We remind you, follow the playoff race with our exclusive projected seeds, brackets, and all of the playoff clinching scenarios. Just click on playoff race at cbssportsline.com. There's Clinton Portis. The 1-yard run. He's got 7 rushing touchdowns in 4 games against the Chiefs. And now they've got to deal with Dante Hall. Stands back at his own 1-yard line. There's the muddling approach that the Broncos take. Dante Hall says it's tough for his blockers to pick up their men when they do that. Hall from the 3. 20. 40. Still on his feet. And brought down inside the 40-yard line of the Denver Broncos. Reuben Drones made the tackle. 61-yard return. Dante Hall is electricity with the football. Good field position for Trent Green in the offense.
Just a little love. Think of your fellow man. Lend him a helping hand. Put a little love in your heart. Put a little love. And the world will be a place. And the world will be so beautiful now for you.
What do people see in the new Chrysler Pacifica? I see a woman who knows how to relax.
I see a man who knows where he's going in the world.
I see a painter, a parent, an individual.
I see a mom and a dad who are completely behind their kids.
Introducing the Chrysler Pacifica, well beyond the SUV.
A teapot, some gadget they have not got. Toolkit, a polka-dotted dress you hope fits. $300. Winning a present for you, woohoo, priceless. Use your MasterCard and you can win a trip to Universal Orlando.
Introducing the Wild Mountain Combos from Wendy's. A hot, smoky Southwestern pepper sauce, Colby Jack, and bacon on a juicy hamburger or on Wendy's spicy chicken filet. Now that's something to remember. Wendy's, it's better here.
Monday, Dave's all new with Academy Award winner Matt Damon, plus Survivor castaway Chris Dutt. And later this week, don't miss Kirsten Dunst and Julia Roberts. Dave's all new all this week.
2 of Joe Renato's agents are being held hostage by cop killers, and he can't do a thing about it.
Where the hell are they?
The Handler, all new CBS Friday.
December 7th is a date that will live in infamy. NFL.com looks back at what it was like for the fans and players who were at games on that day. Read all about it at NFL.com or at NFL on AOL. From the 36-yard line, Kansas City goes back on offense. Quick drop, quick pass outside, and that's complete. This is Tony Gonzalez, and Gonzalez spins down inside the 35. Let's go back to that kickoff return by Dante Hall.
Well, Greg, first you said the muddle huddle by the Broncos. I think that slows them down getting down the field. Then they stop, and they're catching the blockers, and Dante Hall, as you watch that return, he makes cuts without slowing down. That's what separates him from other returners in this league.
He's got such explosiveness, and he says that explosiveness is purely God-given because I can't stand working out my legs.
Yeah, that's exactly what he said. But too, the first special teams coach in the history of the NFL, Dick Vermeil.
Here comes Hall, trying to turn the corner. Just inside the 30-yard line. Ja'Shawn Sykes with the stop.
Now you talk about, I even said to Dick Vermeil, it's just your special teams are terrific. And I'd forgotten, 1969, he was hired by George Allen, the Washington Redskins, as the first special teams coach in the NFL. And he goes, it was great. That's all I had to do was coach special teams. And so every stop he's had in the NFL, he's always had a good return man. He knows what he's looking for, but he also knows how to coach it.
3rd and 3. Green flips it. Holmes picking his way toward the 25-yard line, and that's a first down.
That's clever stuff. Executed extremely well. Casey Wigman and Will Shields, the center and the right guard. This is what makes it go. Good throw by Trent Green, but there's a block, there's another block. 2 offensive linemen outside, down the field. Will Shields, boy, that is terrific. And Wigman, the center, continues to get outside and make terrific blocks.
We've talked about it before, how important it is to have the same offensive unit week in and week out. On first down, Green to throw. This time going to go to the end zone. Bo Richter, incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10. That offensive line, as we said, the 29th consecutive game. And the longest streak in the NFL since the 49ers did it over the 91-92 season. And if you don't have to substitute people in key positions, that's a huge advantage for an offense.
It's such a group effort when you talk about an offensive line. Mike Shanahan said this: if you took each one individually and forget the unit, you got a good player. So you take 5 good players, put them together, they don't get hurt, you get excellence.
Over the middle, Blaylock to the 10, dragged down at about the 6-yard line, and that'll be a first down. 1st and goal, Kansas City.
This is, again, misdirection. They're doing a very good job so far today. Blaylock goes out of the backfield, fakes out, comes in, and when he comes inside, that movement is just enough to get separation against Nick Ferguson. Takes it inside the 10-yard line.
So once again, the Chiefs are looking at the Denver defense owning the 2nd best red zone TD percentage in the league coming into the action today. Holmes. 5. And out of bounds, just short of the goal line. Darius Holland and Kenoy Kennedy forced him out.
You know, so many times we do football games, and I listen to a lot of games and love to watch it on TV, and everybody always says, well, defenses are just too fast in this NFL. You just can't go outside. It is hard to do. But when you see a team that can do it, you realize how good they have to be and how talented they are to get it done. That last play, again, illustrated Kansas City's offensive line.
That's how efficient the Chiefs have been on red zone drives this season. Holmes straight ahead, over the top, touchdown.
You know, they're pretty good. It's just hits everything. Misdirection, outside. Good throwing by the quarterback, screens, and power running when they need it. Greg, they're so good in the red zone because they got a tight end, a quarterback, they got a running back, but they can just run the football so many different ways. Hard to defend it if you're the defense.
An active offensive line. The extra point by Morton Anderson is good. The game of give and take continues here in Denver. 7:36 to play in the first half. We're tied at 14.
Do you believe in Santa Claus?
Absolutely.
He helped me pick this up.
This holiday, how can you possibly thank the woman who always believed in you? A K Jewelers 3-stone diamond necklace would be a great start. And you can be assured of two things. First, that every K diamond is hand-selected for exceptional beauty. And second, that she'll absolutely love it.
Can I give you folks a lift?
Every kiss begins with K.
Just stop. That's not on anybody's list.
Hectic holiday shopping can wear you down, so Staples makes it simple with digital and technology gifts that are easy to buy. And right now, Staples.com orders are delivered free. Holiday gifts at Staples. That was easy.
We ride together. We die together. Bad boys for life.
Bad Boys 2. Own it Tuesday on DVD.
My code name is 13. My enemies have robbed me of my identity. Now I'm going to show them why 13 is their unlucky number.
Rated M for mature.
Survivor Week kicks off CBS Thursday. First, the three women have the numbers, but do they have a plan to beat the two boys?
They'd be better off scrubbing potatoes and mopping floors.
Then Sunday, the season finale. Who will make the final four?
The sooner we get rid of these jackasses, the better.
All new Survivor Thursday and season finale Sunday on CBS Survivor Week.
That is how impressive a runner Priest Holmes has been over the last 2 years. Only 6 behind Emmitt Smith in a 2-year period. 40 rushing touchdowns. He has 2 today, giving him 19 on the season.
You ever notice Priest Holmes doesn't take a lot of big hits, though? Doesn't take a lot of punishment for a back that carries it as much as he does.
A yard deep in the end zone, bringing it out is Drones. 20, 25, get there and forward to about the 28 or 29 yard line. Fred Jones with the special teams tackle for the Kansas City Chiefs. We'll take a break.
New plant location?
San Diego.
San Diego.
The ocean.
The sun.
The people.
A problem.
Problem?
Prices.
Big problem. Solution?
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh. Good paper.
Best paper. Pittsburgh paper.
Perfect. Pursue the potential Pittsburgh property pronto. Let's eat.
Nextel walkie-talkies get it done.
Can't taste my beer. I can't taste my beer. I can't taste my beer.
I can't taste my beer!
I can't taste my beer.
I can't taste my beer!
I can't taste my beer!
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less filling, Miller Lite. Good call.
There first, where no sports sedan has been before. The all-new 270 horsepower Acura TL, a higher form of performance.
First, Missouri and Gonzaga. Then history will be made when more people than ever before will attend a basketball game. Kentucky and Michigan State next Saturday on CBS.
A bizarre murder.
The spear.
The clues lead to a fortune in buried treasure and a shocking discovery. Don't miss CSI Miami, CBS Monday.
Tonight on television's most watched new drama, Cold Case, an anonymous caller confesses to a 14-year-old murder. Who is he, and why is he telling police now? Detective Lily Rush is about to uncover the truth. Don't miss an all-new cold case tonight at 8, 7 Central Time on CBS. Each team has had the ball twice, scored twice. Plummer's throw. And wide open and making the catches, Portis, and Portis out of bounds after a gain to about the 41-yard line. 29-yard pickup on the play.
I was too busy watching the receivers go across the middle. Clinton Portis goes in motion. He's on this side of the field, and he gets locked up man-to-man against Scott Fujita, and his speed in the open field is too much for a linebacker. And a perfect throw by Jake Plummer. Everybody's been asking, well, Jake Plummer had an off week last week. The passing game has suffered. The only reason I have seen when I watch him that it's suffered is because they've been running the football so well.
This one complete. Rob penalty marker is down as Rod Smith makes the catch and is run out of bounds at about the 27 or 28. Let's check the flag. Dexter McCleon had his own
idea. There is no foul for offensive pass interference as the contact the receiver made was at the line of scrimmage. The play stands, first down.
So Plummer continues his hot game, and the line of scrimmage moves to the 27.
Greg, let's watch. Clinton Portis is going to go inside. Rod Smith goes inside and fakes. It's the opposite of what they did the previous play. So it fools the Kansas City defense. Again, that's why Rod Smith was wide open. They reacted to what Kansas City defense did the play before, and they were confused, didn't cover Rod Smith.
Back to the ground game, and Portis nowhere to go, is wrapped up at the 29 by Sean Barber.
You know, sometimes last week, there's no doubt the Denver Broncos won the football game because of Clinton Portis and running it. So this week in the NFL, you know it, Greg, Kansas City, they're determined we're going to stop the running game. Denver knows it, and you can already tell, just watching this first quarter and a half, that the Broncos, they got the passing game ready, and it's clicking so far.
Sean Barber with that last tackle. The Chiefs are light on linebackers today. They have their 3 starters, Fujita, Mitchell, Barber, and Fred Jones, and that's it. They're minus 3 linebackers, and Dick Vermeil says that hurts special teams.
Yeah, it does. And Sean Barber has that cast on his left wrist.
Quick pass, overthrown, incomplete. Clinton Portis, the intended receiver.
Well, there's Sean Barber. Dislocated his wrist a couple weeks ago, has a jammed right thumb, and I said, how are you going to grab a running back and make a tackle with that? And, well, he knows how to. When you have your hands beat up like that, you got to wrap your arms around the running back or whoever's you're trying to tackle and just run through them. But brings energy, toughness, has been a terrific acquisition for the Kansas City Chiefs.
In fact, the Chiefs have made terrific free agent signings, including Dexter McCleon and Vonnie Holliday. 3rd and 12. Quick drop. Plummer on the move and throws far side, incomplete. Ashley Lilly, the intended receiver. And that'll bring Jason Elam onto the field. This will be about a 47-yard field goal attempt. So Elam trying to give the Broncos the lead once again. Good snap, kick is on its way. It's straight, it is long enough, and it's good. 5:28 to play. The seesaw goes to the Broncos.
So, what you got for me? Please, that thing's a... Yeah. Where are you getting your numbers from, the sports section? But if it goes the other way, I'm going to dump it. Gotta go. Lily, I'm all done for the day. Can you come in here for a minute?
Hi, Lily Bean.
Institutional strength trading, now available on your desktop. For as little as $8 per trade, Fidelity Active Trader Services delivers power, price, service, no compromises.
Hello, Moto.
There is no safe cigarette. Light and ultralight cigarettes are no exception. The only proven way to reduce the health risks of smoking is to quit. At philipmorrisusa.com, you can find this and other information on the serious health effects of smoking, along with links to sites that can help smokers quit and information on local quitting resources. For more information, visit philipmorrisusa.com.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up. Fidelity Investments. Stop by your local Fidelity Investor Center today. And by the all-new AOL 9.0 Optimized. Life needs upgrades.
Back in Denver, there's Micah Noor teeing it up. Phil, you said it during the commercial. What do you do if you're Mike Shanahan with this kickoff? Do you kick it to that man?
Absolutely not. You kick it short. You kick it on the ground. You kick one of those short pop-ups around the 20-yard line. That way they can't make a big return.
Guess what?
Well, he kicked it way to the left, so that narrows the field.
15 and brought down at about the 14-yard line. Ruben Drones with the special teams stop after a 12-yard return. That's a major special teams victory.
The 7-passenger, electronic four-wheel drive Acura MDX. Power and safety, living in perfect harmony.
Just stop. That's not on anybody's list.
Hectic holiday shopping can wear you down, so Staples makes it simple with digital and technology gifts that are easy to buy. And right now, Staples.com orders are delivered free. Holiday gifts at Staples. That was easy.
It's here! The new AOL disc is here.
Can't believe that it's done.
Hold on. That's AOL 9.0 Optimized you've got there.
It's Jerry Stiller.
You've been getting lots of discs, I know, but you gotta give 9.0 a spin. Try it. I'll bet you'll be using an old Snoop Dogg CD to finish that artwork.
Now wait just one manizzle.
Satisfaction guaranteed for 90 days or your money back.
Rich Eisen, behind the scenes, only on the NFL Network.
Andy Roddick is the U.S. Open champion.
The U.S. Open on CBS Sports.
A reminder, coming up the Nextel halftime report, Jim Dan Dion Boomer, today's scores and highlights coming up on the Nextel halftime report. The numbers on the quarterbacks identical, 10 for 13. The last drive for Kansas City started at the 36. This time they start from their own 14. They started from the Denver 36 last time out. Green with the give to Holmes. Holmes, 15, still on his feet across the 20 to about the 21-yard line. 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3. Just not too long ago on the sideline, Al Wilson was in front of his defensive mates and giving them a little bit of a pep talk. Al told us he took him to dinner on Thursday night, as it's become a ritual. Is it a ritual for you to pay too? He said, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, he told us that it's a, well, of course, professional football players, they got size and they like good food. So the Bills, quite hefty. I think Al's surviving it.
Holmes left side. And across the 25, and that'll be enough for a first down for the Chiefs. Trevor Price, Burt Berry with the stop.
No, it's okay, Greg. The Chiefs sideline, they're all getting excited. And what excites players so much is when you have physical dominance over the opposition. And that time, the Kansas City offensive line was just running with defensive linemen. So all the chief coaches and players are going, yeah, that's it. Overpower. Something they think they can do on both sides of the ball because they're bigger is overpower the Broncos.
Green still with the football. Running out of time now. He goes down. Bertrand Berry, number 92, the first man to hit him.
Denver's defense is not fooled. The fake handoff, the fake reverse. Trent Green looks down the field. There is nobody open. Denver's not fooled. They had the wide receiver double covered. That led to the sack.
That sack is the first Trent Green has suffered in his last 64 passing attempts.
He probably gets as much space to throw the football as any quarterback in this whole league.
Blaylock in the backfield on 2nd and 15, out on the pass pattern. Over the middle, and that's complete close to the 30-yard line to Dante Hall and hit almost immediately by Donnie Spragan.
Donnie Spragan, Jay Sean Sykes, two linebackers that come in for Ian Gold and John Mobley, who were both very good. But they come in and they pick it right up where the other two left off.
Trent Green said, you know, they lose their starting linebackers, and I think, well, this is going to be a little better. And he says, darned if they aren't playing better football than they did the first time we met.
Yeah, the statistics have actually gone up since the first time they met. They've gotten better.
Green with time, throws outside, and that's complete to Johnny Morton for a first down. Morton made his cut. The football was there.
Yeah, let me tell you something you've heard about 20 times today. Blitz by the Broncos. Guess what? Tremendous protection. Trent Green looks to his right, doesn't like it, able to turn and throw to his backside. Look at the pocket. It's an obvious passing situation, and he's throwing 18 to 20 yards down the field with good protection.
Al Wilson said they pride themselves in getting off the field on 3rd down, but the Chiefs are 5 out of 5 on 3rd downs today. Here's a screen for Holmes, and Holmes across midfield and into Bronco territory.
You know you're good. You know you're good when the opposition, Al Wilson, says, well, I got to admit it. They probably are the best offensive line in the league.
That's Reggie Hayward down on the field as we hit the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to play here in Denver. Broncos lead it by 3.
Simple, really. If we could get everybody in the country to drive the all-new Chevy Malibu, we think they'd agree. It's just about perfect.
Aren't you like a famous bachelor?
This holiday season, only one movie is being called a hilarious comic masterpiece.
Your dad's gonna be okay.
He's not my dad.
I'm sorry, your granddad's gonna be okay.
Something's Gotta Give. Rated PG-13. Opens everywhere Friday.
Why do I rent from Enterprise? Because having the right car or truck makes all the difference. Sweetheart, your honey-do list just got a little bit longer. Sorry.
Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
Monday, it's not a bird, it's not a plane. Tim Conway guests on Yes Dear. Then this is one driving lesson where no one is safe.
The light's changing. Gun it, gun it.
Still standing. Next, is the honeymoon over for Ray's brother?
It's not over in here.
Because that is in there.
And 2.5 Men.
Gotta run to the grocery store. I'm gonna need somebody to fold these clothes.
I don't know if the grocery store is the first place I'd go for that, but good luck.
It all happens CBS Monday, and Dave's got Matt Damon on an all-new Late Show.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by the new Chevy Malibu. Your private Malibu showing starts at ChevyMalibu.com. And by Miller. There's good enough and there's better than it has to be. Miller, good call.
Hey, tonight on CBS, when an FBI agent hides his star witness at his mom's house, there will be no peace on earth. Emmy winner Tyne Daly and Jamie Gertz star in Undercover Christmas tonight at 9/8 Central on CBS. This drive began at the Kansas City 14. It's the 7th play at the line of scrimmage, now the Denver 48. Green throws and overthrows outside, intended for Dante Hall. It'll be 3rd and 5.
I got a feeling that football just slipped completely out of Trent Green's hand. Good protection, receiver open, and he just threw a knuckleball about 5 yards over everybody's head. Well, we got a chance for the first stop of the day, really. Maybe to keep the other team from scoring.
Kansas City, 5 out of 5 on 3rd down. Hall in motion. Green throws. That's complete. Priest Holmes with the catch. And that'll be enough for a first down.
Boy, that's an excellent job. Priest Holmes, he's open, he stays where he's at, and Trent Green just being patient, calm, like a veteran quarterback should be, and finds the open receiver and gets the first down.
Coming up on a minute and a half to play in the first half without a timeout. The pass down here, incomplete, intended for Dante Hall. Kelly Herndon, one of the defensive backs, converging on Hall. It'll be 2nd and 10. Chiefs are big in the last 2 minutes of first half. You know, we were talking with Dante Hall and asked him how his size has affected him. He goes, size and durability was always a question for me wherever I played.
Oh, yeah, anytime you're that size at every single level, people are going to question your ability and your ability to make things happen when you play, but he has done it offense and special teams.
And that pass thrown behind Hall, and Hall wasn't looking his way. Now, Dante Hall got an awful lot of reps in practice this week.
Yeah, they had some receivers a little beat up, so a couple days he had to stay out there the whole time. And I asked him yesterday, I said, are you okay? He goes, yeah, I'm better now. I'm rested up. I was tired, though. He gave us a whole rundown, and that's, you know, we talked about it already, but such a strain on him physically to be a wide receiver and a kick returner. That's a lot of practice time, and as he said, a lot of study time, too.
Big chance for the Bronco defense to stand up and say no here. And timeout called before the play clock winds down on Trent Green. That's the first timeout used by the Chiefs. We'll be back. 1:26 to play in the half.
At Miller, we brew great tasting beer because you can get in line and take what they give you, or you can make your own choice. Miller, good call.
It's simple, really. If we could get everybody in the country to drive the all-new Chevy Malibu, we think you'd agree. It's just about perfect.
New Chevy Malibu, available with OnStar. Visit ChevyMalibu.com for details.
Tonight, an anonymous tip.
How do you know she was murdered?
I did it. We'll reopen a cold case.
Crystal Hogan, 89.
Your guy was for real.
And every call
You can talk to me.
will close in on a killer.
You've been conning me.
What?
I can see it on your face.
All new Cold Case, CBS tonight.
Monday night is a great night of television on CBS. It begins with Yes Dear and Still Standing. Then it's the Emmy Award-winning Best Comedy Everybody Loves Raymond, and the new hit comedy 2.5 Men, followed by Monday's #1 new drama, CSI Miami. Yeah, it's CSI Miami. And an all-new Late Show with David Letterman, Monday here on CBS, America's most watched network.
In NFL terms, that's a lineup that has no weaknesses, Greg.
That's right.
thought you might like that.
Chiefs gonna go deep. Kinnison caught it, touchdown. That's the last thing.
I think these fans came today, and they have been. Has to do with the fact some of the things during the week, it gets the fans involved. But look at Kelly Herndon. He slows down, looks back, and when he looks back, Kinnison runs and catches a perfect throw by Trent Green.
Kansas City, a perfect 7 for 7 on third down conversions today. 3 out of 3 on that drive alone. Morton Anderson's extra point attempt is good. 1:19 to play. And Kinnison, who was introduced to unbelievably loud boos, just earned a few more.
Okay. Here we are. We got Eddie Kinnison against Kelly Herndon. Sam Brandon's the safety. Why Mike Shanahan's going to be upset about this touchdown is the fact they're a defense that's playing safe, and they let Eddie Kinnison go right down the middle, open for the touchdown.
So Eddie Kinnison, who caused so much print and got so much air this week, has 2 catches for 53 yards today and a touchdown.
You know, but Greg, really, we were in commercial. I said, what do you think Denver's going to do? I said, they'll play safe on defense because it's near the end of the first half. They played safe, and Kansas City caught them by surprise by going deep for the touchdown.
The decent drones are deep. Line drive kick drones will not run this one out of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback, and the Broncos will begin at their own 20-yard line. Gives us the opportunity to tell you coming up on the Nextel halftime report. Jim, Dan, Dion, and Boomer have today's scores, highlights, and I am sure playoff scenarios abound. That's all coming up on the Nextel halftime report.
Well, what a first half. Both teams' offenses have moved the football, played well.
Each team has scored on a drive. This is the 4th possession for the Broncos.
And the Broncos have 3 timeouts.
Plummer over the middle, and that's complete to Shannon Sharp out to the 30-yard line, and that'll be a first down. Clock continues to move. Throws incomplete. That's intended for Lilley, and he was guarded by William Barty. Clock stops with 55 seconds left.
Ashley Lilley, he has gone unnoticed and not seen a lot of footballs thrown his way here in the last few weeks. Mike Shanahan said, well, you know, sometimes when that happens, you can lose confidence. And Greg, we watched practice on Friday. Ashley Lilley, my gosh, it was the all-star show for him.
The Ashley Lilley show.
Every football was thrown his way, but so far today, not much action.
Palmer on the move on 2nd and 10, going to throw it deep, and it is out of bounds, incomplete. Ed McCaffrey, the intended receiver, and Warfield was with him. It'll be 3rd and 10.
Kansas City Chief defense doing a good job keeping Jake Plummer inside. Even when he escapes, they're getting somebody down the line of scrimmage in front of him. That way he cannot run with it, make him throw it down the field. Greg Robinson, defensive coordinator for the Chiefs. They don't have great stats, but they're pretty good at stopping the other team from scoring a lot of points.
On 3rd and 10. Plummer on the move, throwing, and it's tipped and falls incomplete. John Browning got a hand on the football, and onto the field comes the punting unit, and we'll see our first punt of the day.
That was a good job by Kansas City's defense. Now Kansas City still 2 timeouts, get a decent return. You got Dante Hall back there. You can get in position and get maybe one more shot at points in the first half.
Mike Shanahan says he wants that punt high and short.
35 yards and 4.5 seconds hang time.
That's not it. It'll bounce. Hall will let it bounce out of bounds.
Well, he kicked it so bad it was good. Sometimes that's what it takes.
45-yard punt. And now the Chiefs will take over with 32 seconds on the clock, and they lead it by a score of 21-17. Again, a victory by Kansas City today gives the Chiefs the AFC West title.
Boy, listen to this crowd. So excited, so into the game, and 3 touchdowns by the Kansas City Chiefs with 3 possessions. They're quiet. They're just going, my gosh. 11-1. Maybe they are good.
Let's see what the Chiefs do here with just over half a minute remaining. Green's going to give it to Priest Holmes, and Holmes is going to go nowhere. Wrapped up by Darius Holland. And they're going to let the clock wind down on the first half here, it would appear. Although Green going without a huddle. He's going to throw it deep down the middle. Dante Hall, midfield. Hall brought down at the 43-yard line, and they call timeout with 3 seconds to play. Kenoy Kennedy with the tackle. We'll be back for the last 3 seconds of the first half.
See anything?
Hold up.
Bingo. Down.
Now there's a better way around blackout dates. Get the Capital One Miles One card. No blackout dates, no hassles. The Capital One card.
What's in your wallet? I know where you live!
Dante Hall in the slot. A lot of people, us included, it looked like Kansas City in no hurry. We're going to let the clock run out in the first half. Denver's defense very soft, and he does an excellent job of getting some extra yards after the catch.
Clock has been reset to 5 seconds now. 5 seconds remaining in the first half. From the 42, Green going to flip it to Priest Holmes. Holmes to the 40, to the 35 is brought down, and that'll do it for the first half. Trevor Price made the stop, and that brings to a conclusion a terrific first half here at Mile High. Both teams back and forth. The Chiefs lead at 21-17. We go down to Armin.
Mike, obviously a shootout here, not exactly the kind of scenario you were looking for. 3rd down conversion, 7 for 7 for Kansas City.
Yeah, we're doing some good things on offense. We just got to kind of regroup on defense, and we got to get them off the field. We've been good on 3rd downs all year, and they're stepping up, making some plays.
All right, Coach. Thank you. Greg?
Armin, thank you. That is the end of our
Work in somebody else's stadium. You got to work a little longer, a little harder, a little more consistent. Bring it to the stage today. Whatever it takes to get this W, make sure we get it done. About time, baby. They say you can't score enough points. They calling you out. They calling you out. Everybody playing it. Bring it for 60 minutes, dog. Whatever it takes, let's go, man. Let's go. Offense. Defense. Special teams. Let's go get him now. Let's go get him, baby.
A lot of emotion between these two teams. Welcome back to Denver. Greg Gumbel along with Phil Simms. No reason to think this game was going to be any different than the first meeting. They collided when they were both 4-0, and it was decided by the Dante Hall return.
Yeah, that's right, Greg. A lot of good words by the players and coaches, though. You saw in that tease coming back to us. But when you look at this football game, which defense is going to somehow find the power and the strength to stop the other team? Adjustments at halftime, we'll see if somebody made it here in the second half.
Yeah, everyone feels that they've done just what they wanted to do on offense, but the defenses haven't stood up so far today. We'll see what happens here in the second half. The Chiefs are going to be the first ones to get their hands on the football, and that means Dante Hall back inside his own 5-yard line. Let's see where Micah Noor kicks this one.
Excellent job last time, kicking it directionally, made it tough on the Chiefs' return team.
Well, that's one way of dealing with it. No return on that one. 20-yard line will be the starting point. We go down to Armin.
Thanks, Greg. Well, Dick Vermeil obviously very pleased with his offense. He said something interesting, though. He said, we've stopped their running game. Now we got to worry about all the other stuff they're going to do, the bootlegs and passes and things. To that point, Eric Hicks, a defensive end, as he came out of the locker room, said, let's take this title home now. Let's not let this thing come down to the end. And one last thing on Eddie Kennison. I was out here, obviously, before the game. He was not only inciting the fans. I talked to him. He said, hey, listen, this is not any problems with retribution. And you got to admit it, Greg. He's put his money where his mouth is. Back to you.
You bet he has, Armin. So far, so good. Trent Green throwing. Dante Hall on the receiving end. That's a first down across the 30, close to the 35-yard line. Check out offensively, Kansas City Chiefs in the first half. Green threw for 200 yards on 17 completions. Priest Holmes had 31 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns. And Kennison, 2 catches for 53 yards and a big TD as the first half began to wind down. Green, the 4th quarterback to pass for over 200 yards against Denver this year. And that was in the first half alone. This is Holmes, looking for running room on the left side. Phil, we were talking about it earlier, the difference in these 2 offensive lines. There is more bulk on the Kansas City Chiefs front line, and in fact, Dick Vermeil told us last night that he thinks that his offensive line can be more physical with the defensive front line.
Well, it's always your philosophy, Greg. What do you believe in? Mike Shanahan likes smaller, faster football team. Dick Vermeil, of course, he wants skilled players to have speed, but he likes that size. So he has big offensive linemen and big defensive linemen.
Green over the middle to Holmes. And it's incomplete.
And to answer your question, well, when you're playing a football game, especially late in the year, I learned this from some of my coaches, but listen to other coaches too. Fast people have a tendency to get slower during the season. Big people never get smaller. So when you get near the end of the season, big, powerful football teams, I think, just have a better chance at winning football games.
Kansas City not very successful the first time these teams met on 3rd down. They've been perfect so far today, and here's another opportunity. 3rd and 7. Deep drop for Green. Has time. Gonna go deep for Bo Richter, and it is incomplete. Kenoy Kennedy back defending.
That's what you need. Denver's defense. Stop them. Get them off the field quick. Give you some confidence and let your offense get back on and get some rhythm and try to take the lead.
Jason Baker punting for the first time today. Rod Smith deep for the Broncos. High, fair catch called for and made by Smith at his own 22-yard line. 13:25 to play. 3rd quarter, 41-yard punt. Plummer back in business after this.
The difference in carbs between Miller Lite and Coors Light is only 1.8 grams. You can burn 1.8 grams while you're holiday shopping online. So be a smart shopper and buy some Rocky Mountain Cold Coors Light.
140 horsepower engine and responsive handling, we put the fun back into the compact car, the Saturn Ion.
Finance a new 2004 Saturn Ion 1 with air conditioning and CD player for $179 a month. See your retailer for details.
The difference in carbs between Miller Lite and Coors Light is only 1.8 grams. You can burn 1.8 grams just sitting at the bar. So grab a seat and drink a Rocky Mountain Cold Coors Light.
I did it. Will a confession lead police to a cold case killer?
You've been conning me.
What?
I can see it on your face.
All new CBS Tonight.
This telecast is copyrighted by the NFL for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or of any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the NFL's consent is prohibited.
Monday on an all-new Late Show, Dave welcomes Academy Award winner Matt Damon, plus the latest Survivor Castaway. And later this week, Miss Julia Roberts. Dave's all new, all this week. 22-yard line is where the Broncos will get this drive underway. They trail 21-17. Jake Plummer's hit a cold streak. First down. Quick drop, quick throw outside, and that's complete to Shannon Sharp, and Sharp has enough for a first down. Talk about the Broncos ground game.
Well, what it is, the Broncos run the football so well, their misdirection comes from reverses by the wide receivers. There you are trying to stop the run, tough on defensive ends, the play action passes the other way. Again, look at the defense. Jake Plummer comes out so hard. Probably the toughest thing to get ready for when you play the Denver Broncos is that misdirection pass they throw.
Portis, there's a marker flying. And that marker comes from the referee, Tony Correnti.
Yeah, Clinton Portis was just a little anxious to get the football and run with it.
Illegal motion, offense, number 26, moving forward at the snap. 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
You know, you talk about that misdirection, Phil, and you know, we heard Greg Robinson, and we've heard it from other defensive coordinators. You can preach it and preach it and preach it, but as a defensive player, you see everybody go that way, you go that way too.
Well, Greg, it's not even that. It's even more than that, and Greg Robinson gave us a nice clinic last night. You know, he was funny about it too, but it's too hard to even explain it to the audience, except that when you're playing a team that's good offensively, it's just hard to stop them when they execute well, and that's what the Broncos do.
Plummer looking, throws, Shannon Sharp with the catch across the 40 out to the 43-yard line. Sean Barber with the stop.
Like right on cue, there it comes for you, Greg. And what happens is Eric Hicks, he's got to get in here to protect for the run game in case Clinton Portis takes it and cuts back. So when Jake Plummer comes out the other side, it's now the defense. Well, are you going to let Jake Plummer run it, or are you going to let him throw it?
2nd and 2. This is Portis. Portis with a little cut back to midfield, cross, and into Kansas City territory for a first down.
Well, you got the power run. Then you have Jake Plummer coming out the other side, and now you kind of puts it in place what we were talking about. That time Clinton Portis cuts it back. Nobody's there, picks up big yards.
62 right guard Dan Neal came off the field and is being tended to on the sideline. He's been replaced by Cooper Carlisle for the Broncos. There's Neal. On first down. Coming this way is Rod Smith. And Smith pushed out of bounds at about the 40-yard line by Eric Warfield.
Well, I'll tell you what, they're getting in rhythm now on offense. Greg Wesley on the backside thinks it's run. Tremendous faking by the quarterback and Clinton Portis and the offensive line. That fools the defense. Rod Smith picks up those yards.
Rod Smith has 61 receiving yards today, and 32 on the ground on 2 carries. Neal is back in at right guard. Second and short yardage for the Broncos. Portis inside the 30 and a first down, Denver. 11-yard pickup by Clinton Portis.
Well, you know, what do? They've done the passing. They're doing everything different, keeping you off balance. And this time, they get you running down the line of scrimmage, and a really good block by Tom Nalen to allow Clinton Portis to get up the field. Vonnie Holliday, hard for him. That's it. Hard to get in there and make the tackle when an offensive lineman is falling at your feet.
Quentin Griffin is on the field as Portis takes a breather on the sideline. And Griffin gets the football. And there's not much there. Number 21, Jerome Woods, wrapping him up. After a 1-yard pickup, it'll be 2nd and 9.
That play before, that was a good shot. Vonnie Holliday coming down the line of scrimmage. You don't want to come too fast because they'll knock you down on your feet. Watch 99 this time at the end. Stands up Ephraim Salam. Now he can get in and make the tackle. But once you fall to the ground as a defensive lineman against the Denver Broncos, you can bet you're going to see number 26 come flying up in there where you fell down.
Dick Vermeil said it pretty succinctly last night, didn't he? If we're on the ground, we're losing this game. 2nd and 9. Plummer with time, throws, complete. Rod Smith inside the 20-yard line, and that is another first down for the Denver Broncos.
Good throw, good catch. Jake Plummer made it very hard on himself because Shannon Sharp is wide open over the middle. He doesn't seem. There's a little traffic there. Good job by Rod Smith coming back to the quarterback and securing the catch.
This is a maligned group of wide receivers for the Denver Broncos. Rod Smith has 2 touchdown catches. McCaffrey has none. Lilly has 2. Fans have felt they're capable of more. 1st and 10. Plummer still has it. Pulls it down, throws incomplete. McCaffrey, the intended receiver. And Sean Barber was in on Jake Plummer.
Excellent job by Jake Plummer, though, getting rid of the football. Keeps the drive moving along by not taking the sack. Sean Barber, so good athletically, even though Jake Plummer has got pretty good speed and he's elusive, no chance against Sean Barber. Sean, you see that? Sean Barber, with those 2 hurt paws, had to reach around him and take him down. You just can't even imagine that, can you?
2nd and 10.
Playing with 2 hurt hands, 1 dislocated wrist.
Up the middle, opening for Portis to the 10.
Good blocking up front. Cooper pulls around. Sean Barber gets blocked, but still somehow finds a way to bring the runner down.
Last night, or 2 days ago, when we talked to Shannon Sharp, what did he tell us about situations when Jake was hurt? We missed his ability to get 4 yards on 3rd and 4. It's 3rd and 4. Pass over the middle, and that's complete to the 6-yard line to Ed McCaffrey, and that appears to be enough for a first down. McCaffrey's first catch of the day.
It's a big one, too. Could lead to a touchdown. Blitz by the defense. Nobody is covering Ed McCaffrey at first. Jake Plummer, excellent job of seeing him, and what a catch in traffic there. Yeah, Jake Plummer, you know why he's a little excited? He knows that football wasn't where he wanted to throw it. Ed McCaffrey saved him.
11th play of this drive. 1st and goal from the 5. Portis, right side for a couple. It'll be 2nd and goal.
Boy, nice job by the Denver offensive football team. You score, you just got to have a variety of options to be a successful offense or defense. Wide receivers running it, screens, cutbacks, misdirection passes, Greg. That's why they're down inside the 5-yard line.
These Broncos feel they should have won that first meeting of the year against the Kansas City Chiefs. Outgained them almost 2-1.
Yeah, but who scored more points?
That would be the Chiefs.
Okay.
Second and goal. Plummer. Throwing. Touchdown. Reuben Drones.
We have seen this exact play a couple times by the Broncos. Play action fake, fullback comes out. Sean Barber lets him get by him. Perfect throw by Jake Plummer. Love those short touchdown throws.
Elam for the extra point. It's good. 5:58 to play. Third quarter. The pendulum swings the other way. The Broncos back on top. It's Denver 24, the Chiefs 21.
My husband's gonna cut you off when the light turns green. I'm driving with my knees.
You don't always know who to avoid out there.
I'm really tired.
That's why every Saturn L300 comes standard with ABS brakes, traction control, and head curtain side airbags. Finance a new 2004 Saturn L300-1 for $249 a month. See your retailer for details.
Hey, DVDs. What did you get?
CDs.
Video games. Oh, I wanted that one too.
So
That's such a good one.
Store opens in 20 minutes, people. Focus.
Right.
All the new stuff. Stop by Circuit City every Tuesday and save on the hottest new releases. Like Bad Boys 2 on DVD, a 2-disc set for just $15.99. Save on great gifts and dash through your list today at Circuit City. We're with you.
Mike, Sue.
Yes.
Love and honor.
Yep.
Sickness, health.
Uh-huh.
Objections? Rings? Do you?
I do.
Do you?
I do.
Kiss? Husband and wife. Next.
Nextel walkie-talkies get it done. The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Friendly non-stop service all across the country. Southwest Airlines, a symbol of freedom. Saturn, makers of the highly adaptable View, stylish midsize L300, and the fun-to-drive Ion. And by Nextel coast-to-coast walkie-talkie. Nextel, done.
Jubilation in Denver land as the Broncos climb back on top, but then the realization sets in that you've got to kick to Dante Hall.
Well, they stopped the, look at the field. The Broncos kickoff team now, they're spread out. Before they all bunched together in the middle of the field and tried to maybe confuse the blocking, but what it did, it slowed down the defenders and allowed Dante Hall just too much room.
Back to plan A.
That's an ugly team. It's not the wind knocking it over. Micah Noor is just trying to get it in such a position where he can kick it where he wants it.
Nick Ferguson. Looks like he's going to hold it. Completely different atmosphere when the home team is on top.
Well, yeah, you know, get the energy going again. That's what it is. That's you know, you get chances in games, momentum. We hear coaches say it. When you get it on your side, you got to make it happen. And the Broncos got it on their side with some good offensive plays. First, they got on their side with the defensive stop.
Third time today, the Broncos have had the lead. Dante Hall awaits at the goal line. And he'll let this one roll out of the end zone. I think Micah Noor has figured out how to deal with it. Put some leg into it. Meanwhile, Jake Plummer celebrating his 14th touchdown pass of the season. It's the Broncos by 3.
SRX Performance Utility. Breakthrough.
Thus does fear manifest itself. The fear one is about to pay too much. Fortunately, Helzberg Diamonds Value Promise is a very effective antiperspirant. Helzberg Diamonds. Confidence comes in a burgundy box.
Norelco Advantage with gel prevents nicks and cuts. Oh, how we'll miss them. Advantage from Norelco. Ultra close, ultra comfortable. Guaranteed.
Well, I think you look great.
This year, the holidays are Gateway, so give the box. Inside, find innovative gifts like the sleek Gateway 610 Media Center PC. It's a PC, DVD recorder, TV, and stereo with subwoofer all in one. And with the Intel Pentium 4 processor with HT technology, you can do more at once. Like watch, record, and pause live TV while burning a holiday CD. Hurry in and give the box from Gateway.
Access NFL.com for live scores and stats. And after the games, AOL members get exclusive NFL.com features only on AOL.
There it is, a win for the ages.
A tradition unlike any other. The Masters on CBS Sports.
Should the Kansas City Chiefs stumble here today, New England looking to move up into a tie for the best record in the AFC. And right now, the Patriots are leading Miami 3-0 in a game that the Miami Dolphins desperately need to stay in the wild card picture. 5:58 to play, third quarter. Denver fans looking for some defense. Green flips it out here. Priest home. Down at about the 24-yard line. On the other hand, should the Chiefs win, they move to 12-1. They clinch the AFC West and certainly a postseason slot. They would be the second to do it. The Philadelphia Eagles having done that with a victory earlier today. And remember all those people who rushed to judgment about the Eagles when they were...
Did you say rush?
Yes, falling behind early on. And well, Donovan McNabb said, don't panic.
Well, look, it's the business we're in. We panic every week.
I don't panic every week.
Sure you do.
2nd and 5. Holmes to about the 28.5-yard line. It'll be a couple of yards shy of a first down. It'll be 3rd and 1, we'll call it.
You know what's happened, though, Greg, and I sense it when we were with the Broncos and the Chiefs. It's now late in the year, and all that training camp, all the preseason games, the hard work, it's coming to that time. And if you're the Broncos, you don't want it to all go for nothing. And if you're the Kansas City Chiefs, you go, we're close. Let's finish it out so we have home field advantage for the playoffs. So the players sense the sense of urgency this late in the year.
Going to throw it. Green trying to escape and can't. Bertrand Berry, Al Wilson all in on the stop. It's the second Broncos sack of the day.
Kansas City in 3rd and short. They're looking to get a big play. Go for the home run. But Al Wilson, he's on a blitz. He's on a blitz to stop the run. And all of a sudden he goes, oh, it's a pass and I am free. He creates the pressure. Trevor Price and defensive linemen clean it up.
Rod Smith deep for the punt from Jason Baker. Looked like he got a piece of it. It dribbles out of bounds near midfield, and a penalty marker is down.
I thought he got a piece of it. Tony Corrente is going to need some help.
Let's take another look.
Let's take a look. There's Keith Burns, number 55. Boy, from that shot, I don't think he touched the football. It was just a bad kick off the right side of the foot. Frank Gans Jr.
Running into the kicker, defense, 5-yard penalty only, repeat 4th down.
So it'll now be 4th and 3 instead of 4th and 8.
Well, we just assumed it was hit from the way it came flying off the foot.
It was just a really bad punt. something else that has concerned Dick Vermeil.
Well, we've heard that a little bit lately from coaches, haven't we?
27-yard punt. He'll try to get a better one off here. Rod Smith is back again. Much better kick. Fair catch called for. And Smith pulls it in at about the 21-yard line. 4:02 to play. 52-yard punt by Baker.
Just stop. That's not on anybody's list.
Hectic holiday shopping can wear you down. And right now, Staples.com orders are delivered free. Holiday gifts at Staples. That was easy.
Hey, big old Michael Strahan, you ain't got nothing. Let me ask you something. How about them Cowboys? I said, how about them Cowboys? Woo! Oh, yeah!
Offensive behavior. Another side effect of hunger. Stop hunger from stopping you. Grab a Snickers, peanuts, caramel, and chocolate.
You forgot your hat!
Hungry? Grab a Snickers.
Spread your wings. The Cadillac SRX Performance Utility. Breakthrough.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by IBM, official information technology partner of the NFL, and by Cadillac, bold vehicles defying convention.
Tonight on television's most watched new drama, Cold Case, an anonymous caller confesses to a 14-year-old murder. Who is he and why is he telling police now? Detective Lily Rush is about to uncover the truth. Don't miss an all-new Cold Case tonight at 8, 7 Central on CBS. 21-yard line.
I have that shirt at home. I'll wear it next week to show you.
And Plummer's going to throw. Short pop over the middle. And Portis with the catch. Short passes are a specialty for Jake Plummer.
Well, Jake Plummer made a comment early in the year. He's just like the last touchdown you saw him throw. He goes, oh, now I understand how these quarterbacks throw all these touchdowns and a few interceptions. And I go, that's right, Jake. When you can run the football and you got some offensive coaches like Mike Shanahan and Gary Kubiak, you can be a really successful quarterback in wins and losses, and also you can have really good stats too.
199 yards throwing on the day for Plummer. Short drop, tipped at the line of scrimmage, falls incomplete. Let's go down to Armin Katayan.
You know, Greg, Jake Plummer, he's a little inventive, too. Just before that last series, he came over to the trainer, grabbed the water bottle, and sprayed the front of his pants. It's kind of dry down here, and Jake's getting tired of licking his fingers, so all he has to do is wipe his hands on the front of his uniform to get the water he was looking for.
Yeah, sometimes, Armin, that does happen here, especially here. The air can be dry. It's a little crisp. Looking for moisture to make the football feel a little bit better in your hand.
Much as we do here in the booth. 3rd and 4. Plummer still with the football and throws complete in the middle of the field. Shannon Sharp across the 40 to about the 42-yard line. Eric Downing is the defensive lineman who jumped, but that's a 15-yard pickup.
The best in history. Drawing teams off sides. John Elway.
Offside, defense number 92. Penalty is declined. Result of the play, first down.
The hard count by Jake Plummer gets the first down. Then it's the rollout, and Shannon Sharp, he was going to be covered, so what does he do? He stops. That allows him to get wide open, and Jake Plummer sees him.
Sharp, 6 catches, 6 passes thrown to him. First down. And here's Portis. 20. Touchdown, Denver. "59 yards.
That is good vision by Clinton Portis. Tom Nalen, no, Ben Hamilton makes a very good block. Nobody in the secondary has a chance to catch Clinton Portis.
Elam's extra point is good. 2:42 to play in the third quarter. Biggest lead yet by anyone today. The Broncos lead the Chiefs by 10.
What's that you have?
A bottle.
A bottle? Brilliant! What do you do with it?
Well, I have found a way to fill it with authentic Guinness draft.
And you drink it straight from the bottle no matter where you are?
Yes.
Drink beer straight from a bottle? Brilliant! What else you working on?
You know the bread we use for our sandwiches?
Yes.
I've concocted a machine that slices it for you.
Brilliant!
Brilliant!
Guinness draft straight from the bottle. Enjoy it everywhere.
Brilliant!
I think you should see this.
It's just a kid. Homo habilis was the first to use tools.
This is a G chord. He's learning, absorbing. He's getting smarter every day.
A player who makes the team great is more valuable than a great player.
We've always watched the stars. If you look at the sky, you can see the beginning of time.
Collecting data is only the first step toward wisdom, but sharing data is the first step toward community.
Chaos theory. Everything's about timing, kid.
Poetry.
Aeronautics.
Plumbing. What he learns, we all learn. What he knows, we all benefit from.
Faster, better, cheaper.
Speak your mind. Don't back down.
Does he have a name?
His name is Linux.
Thursday on an all-new CSI. First, the bomb. I need to know who, and I need to know why. Then, the bombshell.
The driver, Adam Watson, was a federal air marshal.
And the strange piece of evidence.
There's a volcano on the table.
That could blow this case wide open. CSI, CBS Thursday.
Take a look at the last line of that graphic. 5 times this year. 50-plus yards for Clinton Portis. The Broncos lead by 10.
Greg, you just said, boy, the Broncos are so excited on their sideline. Well, it's only their season. Everything they've worked for, it's here. They have to win this game.
Micah Noor once again wants to get a lot of foot into it. Not enough. Dante Hall from the goal line. To the 20. Corralled there, brought down at the 23-yard line. Keith Burns, the first man to hit him, and let's go back to the touchdown.
So many things in this run by Clinton Portis illustrate this offensive line. Watch Ephraim Salam gets the block on Downing, makes him jump in the air because he's going to cut him, and then Ben Hamilton, the guard, gets a terrific block on Sean Barber. Protecting yourself from getting cut was just enough to allow Clinton Portis again to get through, and his talent makes it a long run.
This is only Portis' second game against the Chiefs here in Denver. He has 6 rushing touchdowns and 1 receiving touchdown against the Chiefs on this field. On first down, Dante Hall. Hall to the 30 and has enough for the first down out to the 35-yard line.
Man, we could start a TV series, Where's Dante? Because this guy is everywhere. He catches screen passes. He comes out of the backfield. We've talked about his special teams. Now on the reverse. Listen, when you got a guy that's exciting, he's a playmaker, find ways to get him the football.
Hall with a breather on the sideline. 2 minutes to play, third quarter. Holmes finds a hole across the 40, close to the 41-yard line. Ja'Shawn Sykes with the stop after a 6-yard gain.
Now, you know, we talk about so much about this Kansas City offense. This Denver defense, it's ranked 2nd overall. It's 2nd against the pass. It's 6th against the rush. It's been consistent all year long. And I know Kansas City's offense, it's terrific, but they're going against a really steady, solid defense in Denver Broncos.
Kansas City's offense scoring just over 30 points a game. That's the best in the league. Holmes left side to about the 43. And we get a late marker down. This penalty is going to be against Kansas City. It's holding. Brian Waters, number 54, looked a little upset, didn't he?
Oh, just a little.
Holding, offense number 89. 10-yard penalty. Repeat, 2nd down.
Penalty is on Jason Dunn.
Jason Dunn, if you want to know where Kansas City is going to run the football, just follow him. Here he comes. Got his arms around Trevor Price and pushes him to the ground from behind. That's a good call.
So now Green looks at a 2nd and 14. That Denver Broncos defense has begun to clamp down. And now we get a pause on the field.
You know, I was talking about this Denver defense, Greg, and why it's settled down is they don't do a lot. They're not real complicated. They don't try to get fancy.
Occurred at the line of scrimmage, therefore the spot of enforcement was the previous spot. The ball is correct. We're spotted. 2nd down.
Okay. But why, Greg, why they can make adjustments or why they get better is they just repeat what they're doing. So they don't have mental mistakes. It's just about the players just winning their battles against the other guys physically one-on-one.
Green throws outside, and that's incomplete. Dante Hall, the intended receiver. 3rd and 14.
And you know, I look at this game, and I've heard this speech as a player. We've heard it from coaches. You're the Kansas City Chiefs. Dick Vermeil stands in front of the team and says, guys, we want to win the game, of course, but they got a chance to get rid of the Denver Broncos. Let's just not win the division, knock the Broncos out of the playoffs, because you don't want to come back somewhere in the playoffs and see this team again.
Green over the middle, off the fingertips of Johnny Morton. The Chiefs were 7 for 7 on 3rd down in the first half. They are 0 for 3 here in the second half.
Well, it's a good throw by Trent Green. Throws it over the top of the first line of defense in front of the second line. It's perfect. Johnny Morton, the defender jumping in front of him, might have distracted him just enough where he misses the catch.
Rod Smith stands between his 25 and 30-yard line. Baker with a high floater. Fair catch called for by Smith and made at about the 26-yard line. While we have a moment tonight on CBS when an FBI agent hides his star witness at his mom's house, there will be no peace on earth. Emmy winner Tyne Daly and Jamie Gertz star in Undercover Christmas tonight at 9/8 Central on CBS.
Happy New Year. I got to buy you a Christmas gift, don't I? Well, I don't have to.
No, you don't have to.
Yeah, that's right. Well, whatever it is, you can definitely count on it. It won't cost a whole lot.
I already had it picked out, too.
You did, huh?
26 seconds left to play in the 3rd quarter.
Big spot here. Kansas City's defense. Time to take a chance. You got to get Denver's offense off the field and back out of rhythm.
Plummer.
What a fake.
Gonna go deep. Dropped inside the 45-yard line by Ashley Lilly.
I saw this play in practice, and it looks just like it does here. Ashley Lee is open down the field. He makes a good adjustment coming inside. He gets Eric Warfield and just doesn't bring it in.
The difference was he caught everything in practice.
Well, you know, too, but here's the problem, Greg, and Shannon Sharp pointed it out to us. Don't expect a guy late in the game to make a play if you haven't gotten him involved before then. Ashley Lee has not been part of this offense. You can't say, now let's make the big play.
This one straight ahead, Clinton Portis. And that will be the end of the third quarter.
Do you agree?
I agree with you.
Yeah, get them involved. If you don't get them involved, don't expect them to make the big shot.
We've come to the end of the third quarter. There's our score. Denver 31, Kansas City 21. We're back to Denver after this message and a word from your local station. You're watching the NFL on CBS.
First, Missouri and Gonzaga. Then history will be made when more people than ever before will attend a basketball game. Kentucky and Michigan State next Saturday on CBS.
The King of Queens. Catch it Wednesdays on CBS. It's all here.
I was on vacation when Doug called.
Hello? All my business lines were down again.
Doug had gone with a competitor but wanted to switch to Quest.
Craig put me through to the service rep, and he stayed on the line while we made arrangements.
When we offered long distance in their area,
I switched to that too.
Choose Quest and get savings and convenience from one company on one bill. Call today to get unlimited local and long distance for your small business.
I'm Doug, a real Quest customer and a real believer.
That's the spirit of service in action.
I'm in.
Get your hands on some serious technology, like a compact Presario with a mobile Intel Pentium 4 processor, all for just $9.99 after rebate, plus free shipping. Get what they've got. Get a compact Presario.
Kim Beneman and Molly Hughes, only on News 4.
Well, it's
there are the numbers as we start the fourth quarter, 15 minutes to play. The Broncos trying to hand the Chiefs only their second loss of the season. They lead at 31-21 from the 31-yard line. Quick drop, quick pass. Rod Smith across the 40 to the 42-yard line and a first down.
Quite a few times today, Jake Plummer, 3rd and 5 yards. Excellent job by Rod Smith. Took his time, made a lot of fakes, and then when he makes that quick break, the timing is there, the throw is there, and they pick up a big first down.
Smith to the sideline. Lilly and Charlie Adams are the wide receivers now. Portis, left side, turns the corner. Looking for the first down marker. He comes up about a yard or so shy of it. Jerome Woods knocked him down.
Clinton Portis, without question, is one of the best backs in the National Football League. Look inside, good blocking, nowhere to go. And you know, when you can run with power and you can pick the right spot to go to, and if there's nothing there and you still have speed to get outside, well, you're good and you deserve to make a lot of money. But think about this division. Priest Holmes, Clinton Portis, LaDainian Tomlinson. My gosh, that's a lot of talent.
Clinton Portis coming off of a terrific month of November. The carry is to about the 47 or 46 yard line. Portis had about 25 carries a game, averaging 138 yards, 3 touchdowns. These Broncos have lost some tough games, and Mike Shanahan says, look, we've lost some games we shouldn't have lost. He felt that maybe they had given their game away with the loss to the Chicago Bears, or their season away.
Yeah, well, Shannon Sharp, I think, said it best, though. He goes, hey, we're 7-5. You are what your record says. Who cares about all the other stuff?
Portis inside the 45 to the 43. Armin.
You know, Greg, I was trying to think of a word for Clinton Portis, and I came up with brash. You know, we see how he dresses and the car he drives, but he said, you know, that's the way I've been overlooked my whole athletic life. I've had to be that way. I was too small coming out of high school. There were too many running backs at the University of Miami, even being drafted in the 2nd round. He said, I've got this Rocky Mountain-sized chip on my shoulder. He goes, that's what I wake up every day to go out and prove people wrong. I'd have to say he's doing a pretty good job of proving them wrong.
Yeah, Armin, it's amazing when he talks to us about he wasn't even the #1 back in college.
Or in high school. Well, so now I want to say, what high school did you go to?
Here's that play. Quick pass is complete inside the 35, inside the 30. Ruben Drones, first down, Denver.
It's a clinic. It is a clinic in the boot passes. It's called a bootleg, naked bootleg, fake one way. Now Drones is going to come across. The quarterback goes the opposite direction of the play action fake, and the receiver is open. It's been Shannon Sharp, Ruben Drones, Rod Smith. They do it many different ways, and today every one of them's worked.
You mentioned it earlier, Phil. Here in the second half, this Denver offense has found a rhythm, and the Chiefs have not been able to recover the rhythm that they had in the first half. 11:32 to play, 4th quarter. Broncos lead by 10, and they're driving.
A truck like this isn't built in a factory. It's built in the farms and fields, concrete streets and construction sites that map the landscape of an entire country. Because when Ford builds the new F-150, there are promises to keep. And only one truck earned the right to be the next F-150. If you haven't looked at Ford lately, look again.
At CDW, account managers help you choose the IT products right for you. So we read a lot of product manuals. Open. They're great. My husband likes spy novels, but give me a modular access router manual any day. Then Mama Bear routes the frame directly to the switch port. I love the way this one ends.
For account managers who know all about the IT products you need, you can always expect more from CDW.
Survivor Week kicks off CBS Thursday. First, the 3 women have the numbers, but do they have a plan to beat the 2 boys?
They'd be better off scrubbing potatoes and mopping floors.
Then Sunday, the season finale. Who will make the final 4?
The sooner we get rid of these jackasses, the better.
All new Survivor Thursday and season finale Sunday on CBS Survivor Week.
Hey, tonight on 60 Minutes, that Abercrombie & Fitch has withdrawn its Christmas catalog as too racy is not the only too racy thing being said about them. Tonight on 60 Minutes, followed by television's most watched new drama, Cold Case, then Emmy winner Tyne Daly and Jamie Gertz star in Undercover Christmas. That's all tonight at 9, 8 Central on CBS. Once again, Clinton Portis, and he breaks free. 10, 5, touchdown!
The offensive line makes contact with the defensive line of Kansas City. Watch Clinton Portis. He's going right, cut back, then he waits to the last second. You saw the Kansas City defenders go to the ground. He has the talent with his feet to take advantage of what his eyes see, and it makes big runs.
Clinton Portis, his 4th rushing touchdown. That is a career high for the second year back out of the University of Miami.
How's it going? Hey, you know, holidays never seem to go quite right. Really? You know, with BestBuy.com, you can shop right from home. Without any hassles.
Get free shipping at our biggest store, BestBuy.com. Thousands of possibilities. Get yours.
This season, get the newest phones with the coolest stuff from AT&T Wireless. With M-Mode, you can play games, text message, find the latest news and weather, even share pictures. Sign up for our family plan, and additional lines are $9.99 a month. Plus, get up to 4 free phones. For cool gift ideas for the whole family, reach out on the wireless service America trusts. AT&T Wireless. Hurry in today.
We didn't just give the new Ford F-150 more horsepower. We gave it the most low-end torque. Why did we push farther than anyone else? So you could do more than anyone else. Only this truck earned the right to be the next F-150. If you haven't looked at Ford lately, look again.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by the next Ford F-150, built Ford tough. AT&T Wireless. Reach out on the wireless service America trusts. AT&T Wireless. And by CDW, the right technology right away.
They are alive and kicking in Vesco Field at Mile High. 74-yard drive. Clinton Portis gets the last 28.
That was some job by him on that last play.
Moore kicks. Dante Hall from the 4. 20, tripped up, forward to the 21-yard line. Willie Middlebrooks made the tackle. A picture of the AFC West. Hard to believe the Chiefs at 11-1. No playoff berth clinched as yet. Denver trying to stay alive in the hunt for the postseason. With a victory here would move to 8-5. And there is the brash Mr. Portis. We have a player down on the field, and we will check him out when we come back.
The difference in carbs between Miller Lite and Coors Light is only 1.8 grams. You can burn 1.8 grams surfing. Channel surfing. So put down the remote and pick up a Rocky Mountain Cold Coors Light.
So we're all set for Hawaii. Flight, hotel. Hey, look, we can book surfing lessons.
I've always wanted to try that.
Yeah?
Yeah. Am I doing this right?
Perfect.
Really?
You're a natural. Or we can go horseback riding.
Okay.
Activities, another way Expedia helps you create the trip that's right for you.
Expedia.com. Every minivan manufacturer claims to be big enough to carry a small town and or tow a full-size marina. True or not, it still comes down to torque, because torque equals drivability. Bottom line, weight is the enemy. To overcome it, you need torque. 90% of Freestar's torque in the first 1,500 RPM. That's what I love to call get up and go. Versatility, drivability. Now that's pure genius.
The all-new Ford Freestar. If you haven't looked at Ford lately, look again.
The difference in carbs between Miller Lite and Coors Light is as little as 1.8 grams. The difference in taste is as big as the Rockies. Drink Rocky Mountain Cold Coors Light.
Thursday, New York's top surgeon hasn't missed a day of work all year. Just disappeared. Wish I knew what kind of trouble she was in. And where she's going could kill her.
What is a respectable neurosurgeon doing in a crack house?
Now, every second counts. All new Without a Trace, Thursday after CSI.
Our NFL.com question of the week: which of the following players should be the AFC starting Pro Bowl quarterback? Not bad choices. Cast your vote at NFL.com. Reuben Drones walked off the field under his own power. And Kansas City now looking up from a 38-21 deficit. Green throws to Dante Hall, and he's run out of bounds after a gain of about maybe 2 yards. It'll be 2nd and 8. The 38 points on the board for the Broncos are the most that Denver has scored this year. They're the most that Kansas City has allowed this year.
Greg, I talked about it earlier. You'd want to eliminate this Denver football team from the playoff race if you're the competition. Good defense, run the football, a quarterback back in rhythm and healthy, they could be dangerous.
Pass over the middle. That's grabbed by Gonzalez, and he's wrapped up immediately.
You're the defense. Just play pass all the way. Tony Gonzalez, the ball thrown behind him, reaches back, makes a nice catch.
3rd and 5. Oh, what a catch by Gonzalez across the 35 to the 37, and a 1st down, and again he reached back for a football.
Dick Vermeil was talking about Tony Gonzalez once to us and just said he's a basketball player. He squares up, looks the ball in just like you would on a basketball court. He does not drop many because of that technique.
Green going to go deep down the far sideline, pulled in by number 87, Eddie Kinnison, and that's a 1st down all the way down to the 33-yard line.
Kinnison to the top of your screen against Lenny Walls. He just outruns him. Lenny Walls is guessing that he was going to make a cut at about 10 to 12 yards. He keeps running, and Trent Green makes a perfect throw.
Coming up on 9.5 to play in the 4th quarter. 1st down, Kansas City at the Denver 33. Holmes. And Holmes cut down at the 32-yard line by Lenny Walls. And we have a late flag on the near side of the field. Kinnison making it over to the sideline, grabbing an ankle. Personal foul against Kansas City.
I think Jimmy Spencer was getting tag team on this side of the field.
At the conclusion of the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 80. This penalty happened after the play. Down will count. 2nd down.
Johnny Morton going against Jimmy Spencer. Oh, boy. Oh. I'm saying, oh, boy, because he almost wiped out Tony Gonzalez, his own teammate.
You know, Jimmy Spencer, in addition to being a backup cornerback, is an assistant coach for Mike Shanahan with the defensive backs. Second and 24. Here comes the blitz. Quick pass. Quick tackle. Morton on the far side, hit by Walls. The Chiefs are down 17. They trailed Green Bay by 17 back in October. Came back to send that game to overtime and won it. Green lost the football. Recovered by a teammate. Bertrand Berry hit him from behind.
Trent Green looking down the field, cannot find anybody open. The pass protection was good enough, but because he held the football so long, Bertrand Berry gets to him.
And here are the Chiefs on 4th and 24. Blitz. Green got rid of it and overthrew his receiver, Morton. The ball will go over on down. Green is furious with the referee, Tony Correnti. Kelly Herndon was the blitzer. Denver ball when we come back.
What's the deal with the LG VX6000 camera phone? It's only $99.99. Want to see that deal again? At this price, it's never been easier or more affordable to snap, style, and share all those fun moments. And you can even add sound and text.
This rocks!
The coolest pictures, the coolest phone, at the coolest price. Verizon Wireless, we never stop working for you.
This holiday season, put up lights and don't take them down. Put on a warm coat and leave it on. And keep your holiday centerpiece up all year. At the Home Depot, we're more than a store. We're your home for holiday inspiration. And we'll help you approach decorating a little differently this holiday season with the best selection of decorations that'll last all year. So deck your halls and leave them decked. The Home Depot. You can do it, we can help.
The lovely half-carat princess cut heart pendant. Now just $199. Perfect for her, just like she is for you. Exclusively at Zales, making moments last a lifetime.
Sometimes you need a little help staying in the game. Introducing new Levitra. It's a new choice, and it's here now. Ask your doctor if the free sample is right for you. Ask about new Levitra.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Verizon Wireless. We never stop working for you. And by Budweiser. Grab a cold, fresh Budweiser. It's game time.
8:08 to play. Let's go back and take a look at what Trent Green was upset about.
Kelly Herndon on the blitz. It looks like he might have hit him in the head just a little bit. Trent Green wanted a, illegal blow to the helmet, face mask, something. Tony Corrente's going, no, he did not. No, no, no.
Ball goes over on downs. Denver. Their own 42. And Portis again. Portis, 40, 30, on his way to the end zone. Touchdown!
Glenn Portis is something special. He just has the ability to stop and wait for the hole to come open, and he is so gifted that he can get right back up to full speed immediately. That's what helps him avoid the tackles and another long run.
The extra point is good. Clinton Portis, 218 yards and 5 touchdowns. And the Broncos on their way to victory, 45-21.
big line at the toll booth. You know those electronic passes? Yeah. Used to be 1 lane, then 2, now 3. And you don't have one? No.
It's the on-demand world.
Huh?
Electronic pass connects to toll booth. Toll booth connects to bank. Bank to your credit card. You come in here with your laptop, click, click, pay your bill through the air. But you don't get it, so you wait in line.
That means something.
Do you believe in Santa Claus?
Absolutely.
He helped me pick this up.
This holiday, how can you possibly thank the woman who always believed in you? The Leo Diamond, handcrafted by the artisans at Leo Schachter. The first diamond to be independently measured and certified for its superior fire, sparkle, and brilliance. And like all diamonds at Kay, every Leo is hand-selected.
Can I give you folks a lift?
Every kiss begins with K.
Just watch Tom Nalen, the center, and Ben Hamilton, the left guard, what they do. They give one defensive lineman, then Ben Hamilton gets up on the linebacker, and Tom Nalen drives Ryan Sims 8 yards back, and then Clinton Portis sees it and has the speed to take advantage of it.
And Clinton Portis hands the football to Mom.
Boy, Mom has had one exciting day.
From the 6. A lot of room on this side. Up the sideline. Penalty markers fly as Hall is out of bounds at about the 45 or 46 yard line. And it's going to be against Kansas City.
Holding, receiving team, number 60. 10-yard penalty, first down.
Let's go to New York and Jim Nance.
All right, Greg and Phil, we have a touchdown in the Patriots game. Fiedler is picked by Teddy Bruschi, who runs it in for the only touchdown of the game, 10-0 New England, inside of 5 minutes to go. Let's send it back to you.
If the New England Patriots hold on, Miami falls to 8-5. Denver would improve to 8-5 here, and they would take over that second and final playoff spot in the AFC ahead of the Miami Dolphins for the time being. Trent Green out here, complete the ball, run out of bounds short of the 15-yard line. Jimmy Spencer made that play.
Boy, I'm just sitting here thinking about Clinton Portis, Greg. I know Kansas City has the football, but what an exhibition by him and the blocking by the offensive line.
Clinton Portis, his last 2 carries, 81 yards and 2 touchdowns. Second and 9. Down the middle. That's complete across the 35. Hall still on his feet and now down at about the 39-yard line. For those of you expecting to see 60 minutes, you're watching the NFL on CBS. Our game between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Denver Broncos. Greg Gumbel with Phil Simms and Armin Katayan. The Broncos lead the Chiefs 45-21. 60 minutes will be seen in its entirety immediately following this game, except on the West Coast. Green down the middle, complete. Inside the 45 to the 40 goes Mark Boerichter, and that'll be another Kansas City first down. 7 minutes to play in the 4th quarter.
You know what? Maybe this game by the Denver Broncos, the way they've done it, because I believe now I can say safely they're going to win this football game, that it will get the town and get everybody excited again about the Broncos.
This is Derek Blaylock, and Blaylock to the 30-yard line, and that looks like another first down.
Don't you get the feeling, Greg? They're 7-5, and everywhere we walk, we go in the hotel, they're going, oh, well, nothing. They're 7-5. It's just no big deal.
There are several teams around the several cities around the NFL that are considered tough, and this is one of them. This is the remaining schedule that the Broncos are looking at, and those last 2 loom tough. Very large indeed, at Indianapolis and at Green Bay.
It is. Mike Shanahan, as he talked about his football team, he knows they're 7-5. every week's a playoff game, but he goes, I like what we're doing. They're back in rhythm. They're healthy again on offense. Jake Plummer's been back a few weeks. Now he's practicing better. The defense it's consistent. We've overcome losing 2 of their special players at linebacker. And we're seeing a lot of that today, Greg, and last week.
He has a lot to be optimistic about, and he made it as clear as could be in talking to us on Saturday morning. He said, we don't want to get away from our running game because the Chiefs haven't been very effective stopping the run. You think?
Yeah, I think that worked out pretty well. Clinton Portis taking his pads off on the sideline.
First down from the 30. Green going to go deep and overthrows everybody. Ryan McNeil was closest to the football.
But you look at this Denver Broncos football team, and you saw it. Clinton Portis' stats for the day. 5 touchdowns, second most in the history of the game. That is, well, that's special. His mom has so many footballs, she could open up a sporting goods store. Every touchdown, she's collected them.
One shy of the mark held by Gale Sayers, who had 6. Green throwing this way. It is incomplete. Kenoy Kennedy got one hand on it.
And you know, you talk about, again, just to go back to the schedule, they go at Indianapolis and at Green Bay, and this is always kind of held true in the National Football League. When you play good defense and you run the football, you should travel well. It gives you a chance to go and compete in a hostile environment. It takes the crowd out of the game. It gives you a chance to establish that you're physical, and then when you do that, then you can open up and be more creative and make more plays.
Green under pressure, throws complete to Hall, and Hall immediately grabbed by Herndon and wrestled out of bounds. At about the 23-yard line or so, forward progress looks like it'll be marked at the 22.
Dante Hall is showing that he can be a really effective wide receiver. When he just lines up and runs down the field, he is so quick in making his cuts. It's hard for a defensive back to stay with him.
4th and 2. Going to hand it off. Derek Blaylock is going to go nowhere, and the ball goes over to the Broncos. Donnie Spragan was right there. When all is said and done, they'll be talking about Clinton Portis tomorrow and his 5 touchdowns. He began in the daylight. And as things got darker, the picture got a little bit darker for the Kansas City Chiefs. They just couldn't stop 26. And that might have been the second football that Mom got today. Quentin Griffin is in the ball game as the running back now, and he gets the handoff and spins out to the 30. As for what lies in store for the Kansas City Chiefs, they will slip to 11-2 on the season. And they have Detroit, Minnesota, and Chicago remaining, and 2 of those at home.
So that gives them, you know, you would classify that it's not a real difficult schedule, but who knows. But the Kansas City Chiefs, don't forget, this game's important to them. The following game's extremely important. They're trying to gain home field advantage.
That game at Minnesota will be up there, and that'll be another noisy environment. Plummer on the move and will slide down at about the 38-yard line. Clock continues to move, 4:40 to play.
Boy, just everything works together in football. It is the ultimate team sport. Run the football well, your quarterback can move around and make plays, running and passing. Run it well, it helps your defense stay off the field, and then when they get on, once the Denver defense settle down, they played well. They played extremely well in the second half.
Denver has ground out 262 yards on the ground today. .263. Under 4 minutes to play.
Well, they were third in the NFL in rushing coming into this game. That's probably a good chance they might move up to number 1.
Pretty interesting that Kansas City has been garnering all of the glory out of the AFC West, and then people are going to wake up in the morning and see that the Denver Broncos right now would qualify for a postseason berth.
But we got a long way to go, right?
All of December.
We do. 3 more weeks, and it's just amazing what it comes down to.
Griffin.
Look at it this way, Greg. I'm just off the top of my head because I could be wrong, but the New England Patriots 2 years ago were 7-5, and they just ran it out through the regular season and the playoffs and won the Super Bowl. So when you look at teams, don't just go, well, who's going to win this? It's going to be somebody that's got just a special record, a 7-5 team, somebody that's or 8-4, whatever, that's not having that spectacular year so far, could turn it on. It could fall into place for them. They get hot and carry it on.
Sure, the whole idea is to be in position to make a move right around Thanksgiving. Take it into December and play your best football. Griffin again. And that will probably take us to the 2-minute warning. Nope. Whistle on the field.
You're wrong. Timeout.
So Kansas City stops the clock with 2:21 to play. It's their second timeout used here in the second half. Gives us a chance to tell you Survivor Week kicks off Thursday with an all-new episode. The women have the numbers, but do they have a plan to beat the boys? And then 1 week from tonight, it's the surprising season finale you can't miss. Survivor Week begins Thursday, followed by the season finale next Sunday on CBS.
You know, let's look at it from the Kansas City side. You know, they'll be quiet this coming week. They're going to work hard. You know, whatever, if they were holding themselves in too high esteem, well, that's going to come down. And maybe it could be a blessing in disguise for the football team. This will make them refocus, re-energize, and try to accomplish what they've set out to do.
You got to figure that man will put this loss to good use, won't he?
Well, I'm sure he will. I know one thing. They're going to work hard this week.
Well, that's a Dick Vermeil practice session anyway.
It's a part of life. It served them well, though.
Micah Noor to kick it to Dante Hall. Short and out of bounds. And that ball will be placed at the 25-yard line. That's a 28-yard kick.
You know, I think a couple weeks ago, we were all looking around trying to decide what's going to happen to this, who's going to be where, and I think we all just took for granted that, or we thought, not taking for granted, Kansas City was going to be the #1 seed. They were going to get the buys. Now, if New England hangs on, they will be tied record-wise with the Kansas City Chiefs.
Indianapolis with an impressive win today.
And they're 1 game behind them.
Green throws Dante Hall out here and out of bounds across the 35 to the 37-yard line. Tennessee Titans have shown a little slippage. We were talking about them earlier and said they really haven't played their best football in the last several weeks.
Oh, their last 4 games, I think they've been absolutely subpar. Monday night against the Jets, today against the Atlanta Falcons, the Jacksonville Jaguars at home a few weeks before that. They have basically struggled in every one of them.
Quick pass over the middle, and that's complete to Gonzalez, and Gonzalez has a first down out to midfield, and that'll take us to the 2-minute warning. Invesco Field at Mile High has been a happy place for the Denver faithful. 45-21 Broncos.
Only one truck has the strongest, toughest frame of any full-size pickup. That truck is the new Ford F-150. It has a fully boxed frame with crossbars welded through the side rails, all of which gives you the highest payload. Only this truck earned the right to be the next F-150. If you haven't looked at Ford lately, look again.
In Los Angeles, internet users are taking the Net Zero High-Speed Challenge. 2 computers connected to the internet through ordinary phone jacks. One using standard dial-up, the other Net Zero High-Speed dial-up.
Net Zero High-Speed is much better.
You can surf the web up to 5 times faster for only $14.95 a month.
Well, I think it's cool that it's cheaper and faster. I mean, what more could you ask for?
Net Zero High-Speed now includes pop-up blocker. Net Zero and Net Zero High-Speed, both available now at netzero.com.
Great hops make great beer.
That Abercrombie & Fitch has withdrawn its Christmas catalog as too racy is not the only too racy thing being said about them. 60 Minutes tonight.
Everyone's favorite reindeer is back.
Ready, Rudolph?
Ready, Santa!
The Holiday Classic returns to CBS. Don't miss Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, CBS Tuesday.
It has been a Denver kind of day, and Clinton Portis wearing some sort of a championship belt. He deserves it, the kind of game he's had. Down the middle, Gonzalez to the 20 to 19-yard line, and a first down.
Well, that was some throw and catch.
And now Shannon Sharp putting the belt on. Of course, the hat makes the outfit.
Oh, yeah. You know, I got to tell you what, this guy's got some energy, some life. Fun to talk to, fun to watch practice. He loves the game of football.
That pass over the middle to Blaylock to the 13-yard line.
You know, we talked to Shannon Sharp on Friday, and Greg, you said it. He thought he'd play maybe 2 years, and Les Steckel, now an assistant coach up in Buffalo, was here, and he said, son, you're going to play a long time. And he just said, because you love everything. You love the practice. And Shannon Sharp even admits even now.
Pass is caught inside the 5-yard line at the 3 by Johnny Morton.
That even now, after all these years, he still loves to go out and practice, and that says it all about him.
He has fun.
And he works hard.
I'm glad there's only one of those hats. Blaylock. And Blaylock dragged down, and Trent Green calls a timeout, stops the clock with 43 seconds to play. Let's check in with Jim Nance at the NFL Today in New York.
All right, they're starting to walk off the field at New England. The Patriots have won the AFC East. They add 2 points here in the final minute. And 15 seconds with a safety, a sack of Fiedler, a 12-0 Patriot victory to win the East. And they currently take over the top seed position in the AFC. Let's go back to you, Greg and Phil.
All right, Jim, you know, we talked about those tough towns, and sometimes they're tough on their teams. How about when those Miami Dolphins return down to the South Florida area and that whole bugaboo about playing ball and playing winning football in December begins?
Well, you know, I always get this theory. It's hard for a team in the South to go north and win, especially when the team they're playing is really, really good. You know, that has something to do with it. You know, too, just as we watch Trent Green, the offense, try to score at the game, Shannon Sharp, Greg, too, we talked to him. His views on football and the league and what's going on and everything, it's the best of any player that I've ever talked to. He is in tune with everything.
Trent Green throwing over the middle, incomplete, and the marker is down. Kinnison was the intended receiver, and Kelly Herndon was defending. Trent Green, by the way, has, maybe quietly or not so quietly, put up 397 passing yards here today.
He is throwing the ball extremely well. You can just tell, I can always tell, because it comes out of the quarterback's hands real clean, and he's throwing nothing but perfect spirals.
Pass interference, defense, number 31. The penalty occurred at the 1-yard line, and that's where the ball will be placed. Automatic first down.
Well, Kelly Herndon had a handful of Eddie Kinnison. So from the 1-yard line, it'll be 1st and goal with 40 seconds on the clock. The announcement being made that Donald Willis, number 60, a reserve lineman, is an eligible receiver. Blaylock in the backfield. Blaylock gets the handoff and looks for the goal line, and he has not gotten there yet. There is no touchdown signal. Clock continues to click. 30 seconds. 2nd and goal.
The officials have to wait. They got to go in and make sure the running back still has the football and where he is at. That's why it takes so long for the call for the touchdown or whether he's short.
11 seconds to play. Green still with the football, gonna run it and scores the touchdown. Trent Green, his 2nd rushing touchdown of the season, comes with 2 seconds remaining on the clock.
Well, Greg, you talked about it. Trent Green, he's really played well today. They did a couple things on offense they accomplished. Of course, they scored points. They moved the football. They got the wide receivers back in their passing game. They threw it down the field and were successful.
And the Chiefs will go for the 2-point conversion here. Blaylock, the lone back behind Green. And we get a whistle. So the Broncos call a timeout, their 2nd, and we'll remind you tonight on 60 Minutes that Abercrombie & Fitch has withdrawn its Christmas catalog as too racy is not the only too racy thing being said about him. Tonight on 60 Minutes, followed by television's most watched new drama, Cold Case. Then Emmy winner Tyne Daly and Jamie Gertz star in Undercover Christmas. That's the lineup tonight here on CBS.
Well, see, I know what you're thinking, right? You're thinking, why did Denver call a timeout?
It crossed my mind.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I'm thinking the same thing.
So here is the AFC playoff picture with a New England win and a Kansas City loss, and New England, with tiebreakers involved, move ahead of Kansas City and become the top seed in the AFC. All kinds of movement, all kinds of flags. Tony Gonzalez jumped.
False start. Offense, number 88. 5-yard penalty. Will retry.
You know, Greg, you showed that playoff picture. You talked about it. New England is right now almost impossible to score points against when they're up at home. They have been terrific. So that's going to, you talk about wanting home field advantage. I can't even think. I think of the scores. They're throwing shutouts at teams who come up to visit Foxborough.
They shut out the Cowboys. So this is a 2-point conversion from the 7. And Green throws, and that is incomplete at the 5-yard line. Dante Hall takes exception to the way he was hit by Kelly Herndon. You know, these Denver Broncos came in with a chip on their shoulder because I know you said who had the most points at the end of the first time they met, but the Broncos felt they outplayed the Kansas City Chiefs in every aspect of that game.
Well, they ought to keep that chip on their shoulders for the last 3 games of the season. It served them well today. It's hard to do, though, in the National Football League to have great emotion and intensity every single week. And everybody goes, oh, come on, that's what they're paid to do. No, I know they are, but it's to be over the top. That's what they were today. It helped carry them, making some extra plays, and that's why they're winning the game.
Well, this was going to be a fierce battle between 2 old rivals in the division anyway. Eddie Kennison's contributions with his statements to the press didn't help matters any.
Yeah, I tell you what, that's what's good about the AFC West. They basically all the teams have this built-in hatred for each other. So when you do a game out here, you don't have to worry about, you know, emotions and what the one team says about the other. You know it's going to be fierce on the field just because history, they've built up all these rivalries and they continue to carry them on.
You talk to these Broncos and they say, oh, well, we hate the Chiefs. You go, what about the Raiders? Oh, we hate them too.
That's good. Makes the games more fun. It makes the week preparing to play the game exciting and more fun for the players too.
Denver has piled up 977 total yards in their 2 games against the Chiefs. Everybody up for the Broncos, with the exception of one man deep, and that's Rod Smith. Just 2 ticks left on the clock. And it'll roll through the end zone and out, and we'll get one more snap before this game comes to a close. Jake Plummer will move to his record as a starter for the Denver Broncos to 7-2. And Clinton Portis
still wearing the heavyweight champion of the world belt. I'd like to know what that is. Oh, I was just informed it's a wrestling belt.
Well, I mean, that doesn't mean it's not worth anything then. If it's a wrestling belt, it can't stand for much.
Oh, jeez.
You ought to be able to get a better belt than that for a guy who just scored 5 touchdowns.
When he wears it, it stands for a lot of things, Greg. It stands for, I just had one heck of a game.
Plummer takes a snap, and that'll do it. This is our schedule tonight on 60 Minutes, followed by Cold Case, and then our CBS Sunday movie, Undercover Christmas. We thank you for joining us, everyone. For Phil Simms and Armin Katayan, I'm Greg Gumbel. So long from Invesco Field at Mile High in Denver. Our final score, the Broncos 45, the Chiefs 27. You've been watching the NFL on CBS.
Incredible day. 218 yards on the ground with 22 rushes and a record, franchise record, 5 touchdowns on the day. But they needed Jake Plummer to come through as well. He did. 238 yards in the air plus this touchdown. That was the difference in the ball game. But the biggest difference, oh yeah, Clinton Portis with those 5 touchdowns. We caught up with him right after the game.
Kansas City is a great team. You know, they went out, they performed well, they played great. You know, I think Denver is a great team. We got hit by the injury bug, and we're trying to get back together. You know, we got to go undefeated the way out to get to the playoffs, and that's what we're trying to do.
Finally, can you talk about what this win means as far as the rest of the season goes?
It means a lot. Like I said, you know, we got to take it one game at a time, win, we get to the playoffs, and that's what we're trying to do.
All right, Clint.
By far the biggest win for the Broncos this season, not just against the best team in the NFL right now, but a win that puts them, vaults them on in the direction that they need to go in. They talked about winning out these last 4 ball games. This is the biggest one so far to get themselves back into the playoff picture. They did with that win today because of a lot of other teams lost that the Broncos needed. We're going to catch up with Mike Shanahan a little bit later, plus have live locker room.
You know, don't win championships unless you have a great defense. And they kind of had us on the back of our heels the first half. I thought defense came out, made some plays, kind of set the tempo for the second half. And offensively, we knew we had to score some points today. You know, put the ball in the end zone, not settle for field goals. I thought our concentration level was there. We did some obviously positive things, especially the way we start off in the second half. Defense, I mean, special teams, you know, they're anytime that guy gets a ball in his hands, you feel like he's got a chance to go the distance. So just to keep him out of the end zone made me feel pretty good. I asked Mike at one time to squib kick it, and he kicked it back to him. I thought he was going to have a heart attack. Just caught it wrong. So right when we were up by, I don't know how many points it was, we asked him to squib, and he kicked it all the way back. And every time he catches it, you feel like he's got a chance to go. But anyway, it's a good start. You know, I told the players to enjoy it today and get ready for Cleveland, because all this is for naught unless we go out and play well.
What did it get offensively in terms of the balance you showed early on in the passing game?
Yeah, you know, it was. You know, we thought we had to throw the ball a little bit more initially, and then our game plan was to come back and run the ball a little bit more in the second half, and fortunately it worked out. You know, that's a heck of a football team. They're well disciplined, played extremely well. You know, anytime you look at special teams and you got number 1 in punt returns, number 1 in kickoff, or number 2 in kickoff returns, and you start looking at their offensive production and defensively. They've been doing an unbelievable job with turnovers throughout the year. Getting turnovers, and if you get turnovers, you play good defense, and they haven't been giving up a lot of points. And that's the key. When you take a look at your record and a defense that doesn't give up points and gets a lot of turnovers, that's a very productive football team, and one of the reasons why they have the record they have.
Mike, what adjustments did Larry Collier and his staff make second half? And beyond that, how impressed are you with what Larry's done for you this year?
Well, Larry's done a great job, throughout the year, especially minus a couple starting linebackers and a few injuries here and there. I think the big adjustment was in third downs. I think they were 7 for 7 in the first half on third downs, and we had to get them off the football field. We stopped them a few times, but you're 7 for 7 in third downs, you're going to score some points, and that's what they did, and thought we got a little bit better in that area, and started the snowball for us. I'm not sure. We had maybe 3 series. The first 3 series had to be 3 plays and out, or pretty close to that. I'm very proud of the way they came back in the second half and made some plays.
Coach, a lot of talk this week.
Oh, that was a question about Eddie Kennison. We'll have that answer coming up a little later.